right, happy Thursday. We got a huge, well, let me tell you something here. Hold on. How do you follow up an awesome 420 virtual party? How do you follow that up? It was amazing. It was a podcast that made me laugh. It made me cry. I actually learned something. You checked all my boxes in that last podcast. How do you top an amazing podcast on 420? I'll tell you how. You get Vermin Supreme on your show. Yeah. Oh, man, I am super stoked. Yeah, Vermin Supreme, the guy with the boot on his head. I'm going to put my Chuck Taylor on my head when I get him on. I'm going to put this on. I think I gotta tie it up like this. I'll get it on. And I'm going to brush my teeth. I'll ask him to host a show while I brush my teeth. It's going to be a great show. I got a lot of questions for him about his boot, about libertarianism. Oh, man, this is going to be amazing. I am super stoked. We're going to have Honeybee on later because she had a podcast. I guess we can call it a podcast. Hey, where's Bongholio's head? Bongholio. Oh, why? Oh, jeez. Bongholio. There he is. There he is. He's got arms and he's got a head. He looks like the robot from Lost in Space. Bongholio. So yeah, this is gonna be great. Vermin Supreme is gonna be calling in a few minutes. I'm gonna play some of his stuff for you. He actually trolled Chris Christie just like we did when we used to do our podcast in front of the State House. He trolled Chris Christie just like we did. So we have a lot to talk about today. Oh man, this is gonna be amazing. I am super stoked. So tune in. Spark one up if you got them. I got some Obama Kush. I'm going to smoke some Obama Kush. So try to keep up.
Bring in the boss one. I'm going to get mine. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Don't tell me how you're off and down. When you're smiling in my face, but you play me like a clown and you fool bitch. So just step back. I'm mad dad when I come down straight. I thought you were my piece, but you play me out. Now I'm mad as hell, and I'm full of doubt. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with?
Vermin Supreme.
Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with?
Vermin Supreme. Huh.
I'm back on the scene, it's time to get mean. I'm a lean revolution machine. Won't want people stay, they sway. 1, 2 day is good as any day. Y'all feel slightly dis, let's resist. Raise your fist and pump like this. Promises all the time. Don't cross the line, and you know it's mine. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with?
Vermin Supreme.
Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with?
Vermin Supreme. Excuse me while I light this bong.
Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Let's see. Let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Let's see. Let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with?
Vermin
Let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Let's see. Let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? 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 Who you wanna roll with?
An 8-foot bong. Oh, ain't nothing better than an 8-foot bong. Oh. Sorry, I got to cough like this, right? Whatever. Oh, shoot. That one hurt. All right, Vermin Supreme. He's been around for a while. I got a lot of questions for him. We have a lot of listeners' questions for him. People want to know about the boot. People want to know why he wears the boot. People want to know why it took putting a boot on his head for people to take him seriously. Really, he was just a guy on a street corner yelling, just like me, just yelling about rights and freedoms. Nobody listened to him until he put a boot on his head. I'm down for that. I'm gonna put this on during the next break. Chucky Taylor could be the new thing now. Chuck Taylor on your head. So yeah, 420 was amazing. I want to thank all the guests that came on here. It was absolutely amazing. Pat Duff and his imitation of Governor Murphy was just on point. And I actually learned a lot from Pat Duff about, what to do while you're quarantining. You need to get outside and ground yourself, get outside in the sun, take your mask off because you're limiting your oxygen. A lot of stuff he was saying was on point. So you're actually hurting yourself by quarantining yourself. You're going to get sicker. Mentally, your mental health is going to... Reach out. If you have issues being home by yourself, reach out to this show. We could talk to you here or hit me up privately. I'm more than happy to take your call or talk to you. We need each other now. And I'm a loner. And I need people right now. This is too alone for me. This is too much. This is too extra. I like to be by myself, but no, not like this. This is way too much. So, yeah, I need to reach out to people. So, reach out to me if you want. That'd be awesome. People actually have. I've been helping a few people here and there. I talked with a great guy the other day. His name is Seth. He won a magical butter machine. And we all have a struggle here, and it's another situation about opiates here. And we need to, solve this opiate problem. And the magical butter machine will help you solve this problem because you can make butter, you can make tinctures, you can make oils, you can make suppositories, you can do all the things that you need that I should have done when I was coming off opiates. It took me 4 times to get off opiates. 4. Using a lot of cannabis, and I couldn't do it. And I think that this Suboxone and this methadone, I think it's a scam. I think it's a setup to make you more addicted because you can't get off that stuff. Some people said they do get off that stuff. I had a hard time getting off that methadone. When they put me on methadone, it was longer in my system. The withdrawals were longer. I said, no. The Roxy, I got off the Roxy a lot easier. And I wasn't even abusing it. I was doing what the doctors told me to do. This is what the doctors told me to do. So, yeah, they were trying to kill me. So, Vermin Supreme, this is great. This is great. He trolls Chris Christie all the time. I love this, that he trolls Chris Christie. We've been doing some intel on this guy, and he is just, I love it. All right. Bongholio's head got to come out of the picture. Yep, nice. All right, check this out. This is an older video of his.
Hi, my name's Vermin Supreme.
All right, hold on.
And I'm generally known as a person who's running for president.
I'm a friendly fascist. I am a tyrant that you should trust. And you should let me run your life because I too know what is best for you.
I'm a fringe candidate. That means I'm running for president of America. Of course, on any given year, literally several hundred people are running for president, but you don't generally hear about them. But this year things, got a little different, and I literally blew up. Figuratively blew up. I guess I didn't literally blow up, of course. When did I become a meme? I would say it started on December 19th. last year. It was at the lesser-known candidate debate.
I'm asking you right now, do you still stand by your pledge made in 2008 to provide a pony for every American?
Yes, I do, sir. Free ponies for all Americans.
I gave a dandy performance, and people, it seemed to very much resonate with the people. But that very night, I glitter bombed, had the pleasure of glitter bombing homophobe and fetishist Randall Terry.
What?
Jesus told me to make Randall Terry gay with magic sprinkle dust.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Supreme. Thank you.
And it was that night after I had sprinkled the magic fairy dust on him to turn him gay, Jesus having told me so. My friend Jimmy had shot that because I was able to bring a few people into the audience that night, and we put that out on the internet as quick as we could. And that went out in the tens of thousands, maybe. But then by the time that C-SPAN eventually ran the actual debate, it did in fact go viral. For me, it became a meme when the image and likeness started to be appropriated and started to be used in various artistic projects.
Turning gay. Thank you. All right. Okay. Turning gay.
Now the ungay is melting away.
And being a meme is a very curious and interesting phenomenon. It means that I am now bigger and larger and exist in a way that is far beyond my physical body. When I blew up, when I became super big and super internet famous, I picked up a lot of very exciting and interesting and new constituents. And the bronies, the fans of the My Little Pony series have been amazing in their support for my campaign. They have generated much of the fan art that has come out, a lot of the posters, a lot of the pony graphics, because they really seized onto the whole Free Pony for All Americans promise. And they've been great supporters.
I wanted to follow up on Ambassador Shoemaker's question
Yes.
regarding the ponies.
Yes.
Is that the only government entitlement program that you support? What other entitlement programs are you for?
Just that one.
The transition from print into digital, the social media development of the social media. I believe the last election when President Obama got himself elected on promises of hope and change, and not being able to deliver on that, and creating a vast group of youth who are totally disillusioned with the politics because they've been promised something and they didn't see it coming, and it just all congealed. It came together in this moment in time, and I think that's what happened. You know, it just struck a nerve, and I blew up, and now I am a meme. I am a meme.
I am a meme.
I like my coffee with cream. I am a meme. My name is Vermin Supreme.
I am a meme. I'm on your computer screen. I am a meme. My name is Vermin Supreme. I am a meme. Like an electronic dream. I am a meme. On the digital stream. I am a meme. I take my coffee with cream. I am a meme.
Yeah, this guy, I love this guy. Hold on a second. Oh, we don't want this one. We want this one.
Well, of course, I believe that I paved the way for Donald Trump.
This one. This is where he trolls Chris Christie.
I'd like to thank you very much, Stephen. Good to see you, baby. I'd like to ask you very much about where you stand on the mandatory toothbrushing issue here in America today.
Listen, I think it's important for everyone to brush their teeth.
Okay. And how about free ponies for all Americans? Do you have any position, sir?
I'm anti-free pony.
Anti-free pony. Pony hater. Pony hater. Pony hater.
Great to meet you too.
Mrs. Christie's going to come through, so I need you to clear space.
Too close. Oh, here we go. This is Mrs. Christie, right?
So annoying.
Hi, I'm Vermin Supreme. I'm running for President of America. It's good to meet you. Thank you very much for coming to my Vermin Supreme rally here we're having. I'm feeling really confident about it. I think we're go Vermin. Yay, thank you. Now, yes, yes. Now, your husband just told me he was anti-pony. Could you explain that to me, please?
No clue. Isn't America great?
It sure is. What a wonderful place we live in. Hi, I'm Vermin Supreme. I'm running for President of America. Excuse me, sir. Hi, Vermin Supreme. I'm running for President of America.
Excellent. We're just going to have to ask you to leave here.
I'm a patron here. I have a meal going.
Okay, that's fine. Mine's no said. It's time here.
Oh, this area.
Please leave, sir.
Oh, that's fair enough. Okay.
Thanks so much for coming, all right?
Yeah,
Come on out.
thank you. Why does Governor Christie hate ponies? I think that's the real question. Thank you very much. Oh, okay, he wasn't going for the door. Interesting. Might still. Just don't know.
It's Governor Christie.
Oh, this guy's not going to let us get back in, though, is he? That's pretty funny. I don't know why Governor Christie hates ponies. They're now looking at it. They're trying to figure out what to do.
This is great.
Here, watch this. I think they're leaning out the door. Okay. We'll see if they fall back. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, you can't leave. Governor Christie's declared a martial law here today. Hi, Vermin Supreme, for President. Yeah. Howdy, sir. How you doing? Vermin Supreme, for President. Oh, fantastic.
Getting a little bit sardine here. Thank you.
Right on. How you doing? Vermin Supreme, for President. Good to see you. I'm going to take off the thing.
No, see you.
Get out.
Why is this pony hater so afraid of little old me? Obviously, I'm walking slowly away with my hands in the air, and I'm going to wave just like I just don't care. Hi, Vermin Supreme, how you doing? I am slowly leading. A little faster.
Faster.
All right, here I am. Once again, of course, Vermin Supreme, running for President of America. I'd like to thank you very much for coming out today to show your support for my campaign. Together, we will ride our ponies into a zombie-powered future. Woo! Governor Christie, why do you hate ponies?
I don't hate ponies. I don't want free ponies. Earn your pony.
Hey, Governor Christie, I smoke dope and I smoke grass, and if you don't like it, you can kiss my ass. Governor Christie, why won't you debate me right here, right now? Why are you so afraid of me that you have had your security ask me to leave? Are you a chicken? Fuck, 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 fuck. Governor Christie's a chicken. Fuck, 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 fuck. Governor Christie's a chicken. Governor Christie's afraid of Vermin Supreme. Vermin Supreme. Come on, I got something for you right here. Oh. Okay, no, you chased me off his property. I just want to know where his property is, where CVS begins. That's all. No worries. Bring it on, Christine! Bring it on! Chicken! Chicken! Oh, you! Obviously, it was a pretty crazy and hectic campaign stop. I had no idea that Governor Chris ponies, because I am the candidate of free ponies, and free ponies are going to make America great once again.
Wow. So yeah, you can see how he did. This is it. Do I have to put my hair up inside this? Yeah. That is so. Yeah, that was pretty amazing, right? Did you like that? Uh-oh. Did my live video get interrupted? No, we're good. All right. So yeah, that's good stuff, man. He's running for Libertarian presidential candidate as a Libertarian. There is I don't know what's going on with the debates. If there's a primary coming up, I'm sure that I don't know if that's delayed also. We had Adam Kokesh on a few weeks ago, and now we're gonna have Vermin Supreme on, and I think that's all we need for Libertarians right there. Those two should run as a ticket, and we're good. Yellow, you're on the air. Oh, hold on. Can you hear me now?
Hello.
Vermin.
Yes, speaking.
Vermin, it's
Hi,
Lefty.
how are you?
Great to hear you,
Lefty,
man.
how you doing? Wonderful to be here. Thanks for having me.
Hold on 1 second. I got to brush my teeth. You got to host the show for 30 seconds. Ready? Go.
All right, sure.
I haven't brushed my teeth. I haven't brushed them.
Yay.
I'm doing it now.
Sounds very frothy. Sounds very frothy. Sounds good. What toothpaste are you using?
Crest.
Crest? That's an all-American standby. I won't fault you for that. It is a product of the corporate dental industrial complex and all, but hey, they're a fine family of dentifrices, for sure.
What is your favorite toothpaste?
I also will use the Crest, sometimes the Gleam, occasionally the Aim. I like to mix it up, of course. There's Tom's of Maine. There's what's this other one? Where can I tell you?
Yeah, my wife buys the toothpaste, so what am I going to do?
Yeah, I mean it's right there in the aisle and stuff, and as long as it has a fluoride that you need. No, the dental hygiene mandatory toothbrushing they put in when they started putting the mandatory mandatory seatbelt laws. When the mandatory seatbelt laws were coming in on the 80s, I was like, okay. I started thinking about it. It's like, well, I guess that's a good idea. I see why the government would, want to limit their liability and not have to pay for people going through windshields and safety and all. But I thought, well, it's a good idea, but does it really need to be a law? Does it need to be legislated? And ultimately, it seems to turn into an enforcement thing. And so that is what inspired the mandatory toothbrushing law. What could be a super law that the state could try and enforce? And I came up with the Brush Your Teeth, It's the Law campaign. And so I've been, pushing that particular plank. Goes back to 87 and a mention of it, and then I've been expanding on it, and of course adding all the exciting details of the secret dental police and the dental education centers and the preventative dental maintenance detention facilities and the government-issued toothpaste containing an addictive yet harmless substance and the DNA gene splicing to create a race of winged monkeys to act as tooth fairy enforcers. So like not much of many of my satire planks, it starts out with a simple nanny stateism and then quickly devolves into a nightmare or dystopia. And I think people like that.
I love it. What I loved is I just watched your video of you trolling Chris Christie. Let me tell you something. We did that too. We had we set up our podcast outside his office at the State House. For 5 years, we sat out there, and when he would walk to work, he'd have to walk past our podcast, and we'd all be out there smoking weed and heckling him. It was the greatest thing ever, and I'm watching you heckle him. This is the greatest thing ever. What do you really think Christie would want a pony? Because he'd friggin' eat a pony if he had a pony.
Oh, yes. No, I would certainly not want the man to ride a pony, that's for sure. Now, I have interestingly enough, this last New Hampshire primary in 2020, I caught up with Mr. Christie one more time. He was in the lobby of the hotel there, and we had a nice little encounter where I chatted him up and made fun of him a little bit. But yes, so he was one that that got it, and he was he played along with it. And if you look, did you see the Ted Cruz video? Ted Cruz and Vermin Supreme.
I will have to check that one out too. Now, this is what happened with Cruz.
Yeah. It was similar, but the opposite, where where Chris Christie immediately came out in favor of toothbrushing and then went negative on the ponies. Ted Cruz was positive about the ponies, said his daughters loved ponies, and then when I asked about the toothbrushing, he immediately turned it inside out and obviously deconstructed it for what it is, to his credit, of course, and said, no, I'm against the nanny state, and I don't believe anything mandatory, and of course, and then he went inside. He had this little speech at a VFW hall, and he recounted how he met me, and the questions that he was asked, and how he answered them, and used that as a talking point and a watching point to once again talk about civil liberties and the nanny state. So it's very interesting how he essentially co-opted me. And, of course, I've been doing this so long. A lot of the candidates, the duopoly candidates, they're expecting me in a lot of instances, and sometimes they're even ready for me. I remember in 2016 also, I got Carly Fiorini, and I headed her off because, that's my strategy, to put myself in a physical position to be able to, immediately head them off and ask them a stupid question. And I went up to Carly, and I said, "Hi, I'm Vermin Supreme." And she starts handling me. It's like, "Oh, I know who you are, Vermin. Mitt Romney was wondering when I might run into you." And then a little later, I said, "Carly, what about the ponies?" And she goes, "Oh, Vermin, that's your issue." So it's pretty funny. And over the years, of course, I've elicited some really interesting responses from the people. When I first asked John McCain about the toothbrushing law, he came back with this little yarn about, he said, and I think it's pretty close to a quote, "Well, yes, me and my staff has a lot of experience hiding in people's bathrooms late at night to make sure they brush their teeth," which sort of creeps me out a little bit.
Yeah, a little.
And one time I asked, I asked him a leading question, and I asked Lamar Alexander back in '96 when he was running for president, and at this rally, and afterwards he pulled me aside and said, "Why?" in his sleazy Lamar Alexander voice, "Why, yes, Vermin, I do have Elvis Presley in a dungeon underneath the governor's mansion for committing heinous acts."
Wow.
And that was in response to my question.
Okay,
is it true that
terrific.
you have Elvis Presley imprisoned in a dungeon underneath the governor's mansion? So I found that if by asking these sort of non-linear, not necessarily reality-based questions, that I tend to elicit a much better response than in your typical buttonholing or bird dogging, or if you're going at them from a more normal perspective. In fact, one time I went undercover in a regular person drag, and went to a John McCain event, and I asked him a question about Big Mountain and the removal of some of the native people there, and he got very upset and got all sputtery and mean. And it wasn't a very satisfying encounter at all. But, whenever I encountered him with the booth, he was super happy to play along. One time I asked him if it was true that Karl Rove was responsible for destroying the Old Man of the Mountain, which is the beloved landmark up in New Hampshire. And he immediately played along, and he was like, "Yes, in fact, Karl Rove went up there and dynamited it in a fit of anger. I asked the FBI to look into it. They haven't gotten back to me." I have that on tape. It's on video. It's on the internet.
Forming a committee.
So, and Bob Dole, back in '96 again, when I asked Bob Dole if he supported mandatory toothbrushing, he came right back and said, "As long as it's locally controlled." So there you go. There was that. And Ron Paul. Oh, well, the time that I met Ron Paul in 2008, I asked him if he supported the mandatory toothbrushing law. He said yes. I asked him how we would pay for it. He responded, "We will print lots of money," which was great, a great answer. And then when I asked him a follow-up question if he would go back in time and kill baby Hitler with me, he demurred, said it sounded risky, and then drove away. So more often than not, the politician is the duopoly, and it's pretty good sports. Sometimes there's some real negative reactions, and of course, sometimes there's his political violence occurs when some of their supporters try and prevent me from getting to their candidate and things of that nature. And of course, there's your political goons that are specifically there to be a little violent and rough with potential protesters. So it's just working in the New Hampshire primary is definitely a total circus and rodeo in its own right, with every last candidate there with because everybody has their campaign headquarters and their campaign staffs and their campaign buses and their campaign events, and it's like, so if you go up there and set your mind to it, you can pretty much interact or like do whatever you want with these politicians. And I discovered early on that because it's the first in the nation primary, it attracts media from around the world. And so I've been able to harness that essentially by going up there and doing these crazy stunts. And if any activists are looking for an interesting place where you can make a big splash with some serious creativity, the New Hampshire primary every 4 years. It's always been a place where, if you have a great idea, an idea and a creative way to present it, more than likely you can get that heard. And so I've been doing that for, about 30 years, running a satirical campaign that was not real. It would consist of maybe a week or two in the primaries in New Hampshire, and then a week or two at the RNC and the DNC conventions, and then maybe the inauguration. And so that was essentially, 4 weeks out of the year, every 4 years. But doing that activity helped give me enough notoriety, if you will, and such a large, widespread audience that crosses the political spectrum.
Yes.
And so it's brought me to this point where I believe that I am able to bring forth a legitimate offer to the Libertarian Party as my services as a candidate, and essentially that is what I'm putting forth. It's almost a concept candidacy, if you will. It's definitely a very different type of campaign that I'm proposing, and my people are proposing. But there's so many people on my campaign staff, principal libertarians from left and right parts of the party, and they all strongly believe that this type of candidacy is the way for the party to move into the future. And that's really the only way that I can gauge it, as whether it's real or not. And that makes me know that it is indeed real, because they believe in it, and they know the lay of the land and the LP and all these things better than I. And so I have to trust their judgment that what we are doing is in fact and indeed in the best interest of the party. Now, of course, there's been some crazy opposition here and there, and some downright troll, anti-vermin trolls. Vermin derangement syndrome is real. But ultimately, it's just been a very overall positive experience, and attending all of the conventions has been, it's just been a very new. Because, as I had mentioned, every previous campaign was not a real campaign. This one is totally different because I was recruited to run. My campaign manager, Desiree Lindsay, reached out, asked me well over a year ago if I was interested in a serious run and an attempt to, sort of morph or merge or mutate, the funny campaign into a more serious format. And it seems to be working, I think. And, of course, a lot of people want to know, can a serious party put up someone who's been perceived to be a joke candidate? And I maintain that the answer is yes, absolutely. And it's totally in the framing. We are the Libertarian Party. We are a very serious party. We have a very serious platform. However, the duopoly and the current electoral presidential system has risen to the level of a joke. And with love and with spite, there's Vermin Supreme. Boom! Mic drop.
Vermin, are you a true libertarian? Because the questions I have, I've been a libertarian my whole life. However, I'm questioning myself lately because I am making, right now in front of me, I'm building a ramp out of Legos for wheelchair access. And Libertarian
Legos?
Yeah, out of Legos. It's the greatest thing ever. It's actually going to help people. Legos are going to get people into buildings, people in wheelchairs. It's the best thing ever.
Seriously, regular size Legos or bigger Legos?
No, little Legos. And I'm sitting here with a ramp in front of me right now. If you watch the video, it's right here. I'm building a ramp for a pizza place right now. And I've been fighting for this for years. I got assaulted doing this. I got 14 ramps getting assaulted. I got assaulted. What happened was they'll assault me. I'll go to court. I'll say I'll drop the assault charge if you put a ramp in. They'll put a ramp in. But I can't do it like that. So this woman in Germany showed us. She's in a wheelchair. She showed us how to make these beautiful Lego ramps. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm building a Lego ramp.
That is amazing.
It's great.
That is super cool. I'm very impressed and totally down with that. That sounds great.
Yeah.
How many Legos does it take? And approximately how much money does it cost?
This is my first ramp, my first one. It's taken me hundreds and hundreds of Legos, and I had to sort through thousands of Legos to get the hundreds of Legos that I need. Yeah, it's
wow.
amazing. But here's the deal with libertarians: they don't believe in forcing these businesses to put in wheelchair ramps.
Yeah.
I think they should. At some point, there has to be a line drawn. If there's a civil rights or a human rights violation, libertarians got to step up and get involved and force the government to do something. I mean, that's what I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, ultimately, I think the libertarian position is that the government shouldn't have to do that, and that
right.
people and businesses should naturally do that. Now, for me, you know, a little bit of my takeaway, you know, I've been an anarchist forever, and you know, I've always been looking forward toward this post-state society, but and almost the libertarian platform, the sections of it, assume and predicate these ideas on totally, you know, altruistic, on behavior that assumes that the people are naturally pro-people and want to do the right thing. So, you know, once again, it comes back almost to the toothbrushing thing. I mean, yes, people should have ramps. People should have total access to where they need to go, especially if it's open to the public, etc. But does it need to be a law? Maybe it does. You know, I'm open to those arguments because I'm definitely for civil rights and believe that people should have all the rights available to them as individuals. But you know, certainly the Libertarian Party is a party not just of anarchists; it's also a party of minarchists, and I don't mind playing the minarchist advocate in circumstances when I don't have a ready answer, and will say, "Well, I believe in a minimal government, and perhaps that is part of the minimal government that it should this type of thing should take care of." Then again, you start thinking. It's like, well, if they don't comply, you know, do they lose their business? And then I don't know. It's definitely something. But I like this idea of Lego ramps, and I bet if the company was informed as to the use of these Legos, I bet they, private entity, might rock it out and put out lots of them to the people. So ultimately, yes, it should be up to the business owner. In that perfect world, and in that perfect world, they would make that decision that yes, of course, it's perfectly reasonable.
You would think,
and only right.
Yeah, you would think so, but they don't. That's the problem. They don't, and the town council doesn't care. That's another problem. They don't care. So it's sad. It's a sad situation because I've seen little kids with helmets on in wheelchairs that can't get their hair cut. They can't get into restaurants, and I'm like, you know, it just breaks my heart. So I ask these parents, what do you do? They say, well, we go 20 blocks this way. We go 18 blocks this way.
I mean,
you know.
well, aren't there current regulations? Isn't that covered under the American with Disabilities Act?
Yeah, but
or is that
they're grandfathered in. They're older buildings and they're grandfathered in. But they're putting whole new fronts on these buildings, whole new fascias, and they're still letting them get away with it. It's frustrating. So these wheelchair ramps, is this solving a problem? It's just great because kids can do this. You can do this from home. Vermin, you can build a Lego ramp at home and help somebody.
I like it. How heavy are they?
You know what? I made a big one. I made a big mistake. I have a 7.5-inch step. So I made this huge, monstrous ramp, and it was way too heavy. So now I'm breaking it down to 2 separate ramps, and it's going to work that way. And, you know, I was told this anyway, but I don't listen. I don't listen. It's my first ramp. I'm learning.
Sure. I mean, I know ultimately also, I mean, you know, where I live is not really accessible per se, but, you know, when we've had our friends who are in a wheelchair, you know, we've certainly made it work, you know. I mean, we've definitely, whether it's parts of it are, you know, helping physically lift the carry into the house and or out of the house, or, you know, pushing up the muddy, sloppy hill, or you know, whatever it takes. And I think that, you would think that in the worst case scenario, that type of ingenuity or just sheer physically helping somebody get into where they need to get into would take place. I would certainly hope so.
Well,
it would
Vermin,
be terrible if it didn't.
check this out. In Brielle, New Jersey, there's a police station that you can't get into with a wheelchair. It's 12 steps. Police station.
Well, I'm sure if they arrested you, they would be happy to carry you.
Of course.
Ha ha ha. A little bit of irony there, helping you out. And, oh yeah, let us help you.
Yeah.
Hey, so tell me more about the weed projects that you're involved in. I see that you do a lot of weed stuff, yeah?
Yeah, we smoke weed at the State House every. Well, we were doing every week. Now we're kind of at home. But yeah, Chris Christie was our target for a while. Now it's Governor Murphy, and we want home grow. We're fighting for home grow for patients because my friends have cancer, and we have people that can literally grow weed for money in this state. But my friend who has cancer can't grow weed for his cancer. There's something wrong here.
That's bullshit. I mean, I'm lucky enough to be in Massachusetts, and yeah, we can grow 6 plants per person and 12 per household, and that's enough to give me a year's supply, quite frankly. I mean, Jiminy, it saved me so much money over the year. I mean, it's yay for that. And it's an atrocious, terrible, horrible thing. And naturally, I, as the candidate and the Republican Party platform, strongly condemn the drug war and the war on drugs and the war on people. So let me get on. Yes, and that is, if you watch the 50 video, in fact, at one point you did probably see me yell out, "I smoke dope and I smoke grass."
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, kiss my ass.
That's great.
And it was a little out of context for this video. It seemed to come out of nowhere, but it was shortly after he had talked about some anti-cannabis bullshit, and I just wanted to make sure that he knew where I was coming from.
I saw you on the border smoking weed on the border of New Jersey and Pennsy. That was great.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
I thought you were going to lose your boot in the river. How do you not lose the boot off your head? Seriously.
It's a little tricky to say. It's a little old. It's a little worn out. It's a little loose, like a lot of us. And but better too loose than too tight, perhaps. However, it is held on. It is a magical boot, of course, and it is held on by science. Science is what keeps it on my head. And it is a combination of the gravity, the force of gravity, which wants to draw the boot down into the center of the earth, and also friction, the friction of my head that actually prevents that from happening. Now, there's also a little bit of lever in there, so it's also an insert, and that tends to lean against my skull, and it's a little bit of a cantilever. So it's a much more complex operation than you might think at first. True.
Have you ever tried to stand on your head with your boot?
Not so much with the boot, but there have been memes to that effect. I have seen memes of me standing on my head, and they're always pretty funny. It's such a wild thing to have done something that has inspired so many people to do so much artwork based on my likeness and image and iconography and silly things that I've come up with. That is a really amazing thing to me still. That not a day goes by that I'm on some Facebook or Twitter or something, and somebody has made a new little meme about me.
It's great. You're taken seriously.
Yeah, how cool is that? You know.
You put a boot on
yes,
your.
yes, I was nobody. I was a nobody until I put the boot on.
It's like Iron Man with his armor. It's great.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is. It's a magical hat. It has allowed me to amplify my free speech voice exponentially. It has allowed me to communicate my message to millions of people and interact with the media across the flat Earth. So it's truly a magic boot. And of course,
Flat Earth?
Try it. Pardon?
Did you say Flat Earth?
Yes, I did. I mentioned it. It was a line. It was a wacky line.
Just checking.
And
Okay, terrific.
And, of course, it's been a very interesting, almost uphill battle in a sense, while trying to seek the nomination of the LP, because so many people know me as nothing more than the meme, or nothing more than me doing the really over-the-top stuff on video, and to prove, and so I've been trying to go to all these events and take part in all these debates and trying to, just convince them, let them know the boot is not attached to my head. I am not my character. I'm not always on. I'm not always a disruptor. And I'm a very reasonable person with a reasonable offer on the table. And I think a lot of people will get it. And but I think there's still some resistance because not everybody gets it. And yeah, it comes back down to that framing. In on the joke. Hashtag in on the joke. If my candidacy, which works successfully, is to work successfully, the LP needs to own it, and we all need to own it, and we are hashtag in on the joke, and get ahead of the joke, and own it so hard that that the normies and the squares and the other pundits or whatever can't really, like, oh, Libertarian Party is a joke because they have a joke in it. No, it's our joke. We're putting out there. It's on you, motherfuckers. So it's definitely a communication strategy that I've developed all this time, and I think it's been very successful. Case in point, my framing of free ponies. Another one of my most famous platform frames. Free ponies for all Americans. And of course, that starts out nice. It starts out like giveaway, but all of a sudden, then it's the federal pony identification system. You must have your pony with you at all times, and it immediately pivots to something very Orwellian. But I just started working that phrase, I guess, around 04 and 08, and then of course it went viral in 2012. And now the phrase free pony is freely used in the vernacular, in the news and everywhere else, as a pejorative on free stuff that people want to give you. So I think that's a pretty neat little accomplishment too, I guess. I don't know. What next? Who knows?
We have a question here. How are the ponies being affected by COVID-19, and how are you being affected by it?
Ponies, I think that they are fairly resistant. I'm hoping they are. I've heard of no pony-related COVID cases, although I suspect, of course, like any other thing, they could be a vector in a transmission. If somebody were to sneeze or cough or spit on a pony and somebody was to touch it and then touch their mucous membranes, yes, it could certainly be that. But that's true of absolutely any surface. I haven't heard of any scientific studies that have actually studied to try to find out how long the COVID virus actually stays active on a pony.
Yes.
I'm sure we'll get that answer eventually.
We need
Now,
research.
many people ask me how I would deal with the COVID crisis.
Yes.
And it's a several-pronged plan. A stopgap measure, of course. I would immediately make it against the law. I would declare a lot of COVID-free zones. and I would obviously be arresting and prosecuting people who possess the COVID-19. So that is one thing. Now, the other thing, of course, is I would be going back in time once the time machine is up and running, and I will kill a baby COVID-19. So that's sort of the long-term solution. And another mid-range solution involves building a very small, microscopic, antimicrobial, antiviral wall around this great country of ours, and that will, in addition, that will act in concert with an actual moat, just a very small moat, but it will be filled with Purell.
I love that. I want a force field. A force.
We are working on that, Brent. We are still working on that. Let me tell you.
I'd feel so much safer with a force field around me.
So a Supreme candidacy would be very similar to this. Would be me talking, and because that's the beautifulness of what I do is because it's totally fluid between total fancifulness and reality, and talking about real things. And I think that's a combination that can take us a long way. I think it gives us a hook, and like that.
Well, let's get real for a second here. You gave your mom a kidney. Tell me about that.
Oh man, it was so long ago. It was about 13 years, and it was one of those things where my mother's kidneys were failing due to no fault of her own, and that would have made a difference, of course. And we were faced with a decision, and I just realized that I was not going to be that person at her funeral lamenting only if there was something we could have done, because I knew that there was something that I could do. And yes, it was not a particularly involved or experience. There was this screening to make sure that I was healthy enough, and so that was great because I was uninsured and got some good medical workups to make sure that I was healthy enough to be a donor. You wait until the person who will need the kidney until it stops working entirely. So there's this real slow decline for people whose kidneys are failing them, and that's sort of a sad thing to see. And I suppose the operation itself was laparoscopic. I was only in the hospital for a couple days, maybe 2, maybe 3. There was a fair amount of pain when I got home because I was so doped up. I was feeling totally fine, and I was like walking around like it was a beautiful day, like I was going to do yard work. But that was a terrible mistake. If you're ever going to do surgery, definitely don't do that.
No.
And of course, when I woke up from the surgery, it was the morphine drip, and that was a beautiful place to be. And I can see why people like that shit and why they get addicted. But then, because I got real cranky when they took me off it, and that was only after a day or so.
I bet.
And then, of course, you have to wait until you can pee, and that's a little bit of a process. But it was like sort of a process. It wasn't as bad as I had fully expected. Couple weeks, it was sort of like, essentially the aftermath was, the feeling was as if you had been kicked in the nuts.
Oh.
And I know that will only give only half of your audience will totally get that part. But yeah, it was sort of like whoa, and like getting in a car. If you when you close the door, slam the door, you could feel the shock waves. And but that didn't last long. And after 2 weeks, I was back at my job. And within 4 weeks, I was like moving ladders around. And my mother got a good solid 10 years out of it. She did pass away in 2017 and when she ended up passing away, the kidney was the strongest functioning part of her body. So there is that, and I couldn't get it back either. I couldn't get it back. What's up with that? Oh, of course, because the anti-rejection drugs that she was taking and all had messed that up. So, and that's, however, what is notable is that once it's for a donor, and anybody considering a donor, you've got 2 kidneys, is that if if you donate a kidney, within a year, your kidney, the remaining kidney, ramps up to 90% of your original 2 kidney function. So that's pretty cool, and I've had no negative anything since vaguely related to it. You can still drink because it doesn't really, affect that. That's more of a liver thing, which you can actually donate twice to your liver to people too, and they regenerate. I think that's a little more involved, but maybe not these days. You can get bone marrow. That sounds a little painful, but and of course, probably pretty soon they'll be able to 3D print that shit, and that we won't have to do that. So. Yes, but I definitely did that, and I don't regret it 1 second, and certainly like to use my moral superiority to encourage others, please give up their kidneys.
It's words of wisdom there. Thank you. Learning with Vermin. There we go.
Have you checked out the Learning with Vermin series?
Yeah, what's that all about? Tell us about that.
It was a great little series. I wish we could have produced more of them. This gentleman from New York that I was trying to come up with ideas for the Food Network at one point in my life, he came up with this vision of an idea to use myself and my imaginary campaign staff and world of characters and stuff to actually be a teaching aid, a learning aid. And he wrote up the script, and he brought in a whole bunch of comedians / actors in New York, and got a location, and we all got together, and we did it. And it's 3 episodes, 20 minutes each, and it's about different voting methods. And it's so the conceit is like we brought in all these volunteers from across the country, and we're gonna bring them up to speed how to go back and do work for the campaign. And so we're trying to decide what to have for lunch. And each time we vote, we end up getting Kentucky Fried Lobster, and everybody pukes in the bucket. So it's got the because kids love puke, right? And then we tie up the professor with shoelaces until she teaches us the different voting methods. And so it's really educational and informative, and only mildly inappropriate, but that's what the kids like. So and ideally, I would use that as a model of something that we could, push forth, different platforms and ideas and libertarian solutions and things like that. So, there's that.
How has COVID, I'm reading questions here, this is not my question. It could be, though. How does COVID-19 affect the zombie apocalypse?
Well, I think it's a pretty interesting warm-up, I guess. I mean, in some ways it's very different. In some ways it's mildly similar. But I think if we were prepared for a full-on this type of thing in the future, I think we'll be much more prepared for the zombie apocalypse and outbreak. And now, once again, that's assuming that putting off a zombie apocalypse is a bad thing, because in my book, the sooner we can bring on a zombie apocalypse, the sooner we can harness said zombies to create energy for America.
Absolutely. I love that. It's free energy, better than nukes.
Oh, yeah. And I'll just throw out the Libertarian Party platform says that the government should not be subsidizing any particular fuel industry. So just putting that out there. Because it seems like they put all their money in the fossil fuel industry, and that's sort of what might have been a bad choice in the long run.
Okay, I think this is a quote from you.
Because we're all going to die because of global warming.
Okay, terrific.
All right, I think this is a quote from you. It says here, I propose we will invade and we will make that country a state. So Iraq would be our 51st state, Afghanistan would be our 52nd state, on and on. Once we change these foreigners to Americans, they will certainly love America, and we will be able to tax them, and it will be a wonderful, unified United States of Earth. Thank you.
You know, that totally sounds like something I would say.
I think,
and I believe that I actually did. Of course, you know, and I think that's what I might be ranting about the godless, the red Chinese, but that's not even funny anymore.
it's too soon. Too soon.
But essentially, that was a little bit before I started consciously avoiding real locations and substituting it with Narnia. So, you know, since then, my main military target is total and all-out war on Narnia, and we will not stop until we have reached Middle Earth and the last fork is dead. Thank you.
Golf clap. Golf clap.
So yeah, I have found once again, you know, because that particular statement, the making the other countries the 50, all those different states, it's nice, but it's a little close to real world politics, I guess. Which, of course, is a very interesting balance that I've been forced into seeking an actual nomination of the Libertarian Party. You know, it's been a very interesting balancing act for me to try and find just the proper balance between, you know, humor and something funny and off the wall and a more serious take on the things. And so this much more serious campaign is much more serious, but there's still plenty of humor involved in freewheeling and all these things. And suffice it to say, I'm not particularly a policy wonk, but I'm not a pundit, and I've always maintained, you know, I've always been about, like, you know, not feeling or trying to present my, you know, ideas or opinions as more important than anyone else's. But since I've in this particular campaign, because I'm you know, shilling for the party, if you will. In fact, we have a contest going on right now, trying to see who can get the most new members signed up, and I'm doing fairly well with that one. And if you want to see the link, you go to my Facebook page on Facebook.com. I'm Vermin Supreme for President on Facebook, I guess. Oh yeah, should I start shilling my stuff? Should I start saying? We'll wait on that.
Yeah, go ahead. What's the website you got there? What is that website?
Okay. Oh, yeah, I may as well rattle through them. You should definitely go to VERMINSupreme2020.com. That is the official campaign website, VERMINSupreme2020.com. You can buy merch. You can read the policy, which includes the concentration camps for kids with water slides. And all sorts of exciting things like that. If you would like to see a documentary while you're cooped up at home during this time, you might want to check out Who is Vermin Supreme? An Outsider Odyssey. That is available on Vimeo. And if you watch it, that is a feature-length doc, which really covers a whole bunch of ground on my whole career up to that point. Includes a lot of my work as a rodeo clown at political demonstrations, where I intersperse myself into the space between the cops and the protesters. And I have found that I've been able to use my clowning and humor skill and my wit and understanding of what's going on to essentially de-escalate tense situations. A lot of times through jokes, but a lot of times through just offering safety information to the demonstrators, because I found that a lot of times at all these demonstrations, it's a lot of people's first time experiencing that, and they don't know all the ins and outs. And so I try and let them know what it's what, and you know, let them know about what different chemical agents might do to them, and what to expect, and, you know, walk, don't run. You know, just trying to avoid crowd panic itself. You know, that decreases the possibility of something bad happening. And then actually trying to rehumanize the cops and the protesters' eyes, and the protesters and the cops' eyes. And I like to read riot control information to the police officers because they are a totally captive audience, number one. And I like to read, you know, information from manuals that I think is very relevant and what I think is a good solid ground rule that I think they should be aware of. Such simple crowd control premise, such as a crowd should be allowed to disperse by itself, naturally, instead of forcing them. So something to, So that's another thing that I do. That's a lot of intense fun sometimes.
You ever been arrested by the police?
Yes, amazingly few times for the place where I put myself, I think. I was arrested one time in L.A. at the Republican convention, I think it was.
Oh, nice. Perfect. That's great. That's great. That's a badge of honor right there.
No, absolutely. No, I've been working the Republican and the Democratic conventions for many years. They're part of my circuit and this whole crowd facilitation, cop whispering, de-escalation thing.
Who would arrest you?
The service.
Come on.
The service that I provide. And if you watch the movie, you'll see a lot of that going on. And so I was arrested there, and that one was they had a police line. They had some people who were doing a lockdown or getting arrested down the street for some reason, and so we had lawyers on hand that wanted to communicate with the people getting arrested, but the police were not allowing that. So I had my bullhorn, and I was making the people aware of that fact. And I also sang "I'm Deadly," which included Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And then I segued into these are the people in your neighborhood, the neighborhood. And these are the people in your neighborhood, the people that you meet, people on the street. And then I went on to. Then I told the line police how their commanding officer had put them in a dangerous situation the night before, and how much I didn't appreciate it. And that's when I can usually assure that I'll probably get arrested if I start trying to incite mutiny on the line top. And and they arrested me blocks away, and it was a whole story. But on the plus side, I was able to sue them and successfully settle for $6,000 years later. And there's some amazing depositions where I recount the whole situation. And another time was at a demonstration was in New York at protests against the WTO, and that was just a totally random event. It was a march that was like a march for the earth, but it was put on by these slightly radical animal rights activists. And the next thing you know, we're on this little march. They're smashing windows and throwing red paint, and the cops totally kettled everybody, and it was just a big mass arrest. And it was pretty frightening a little bit, actually. I remember I was on a transport vehicle, and the handcuffs were so tight. This one kid was starting to freak out that he's afraid he was going to lose his hands because he could lose all feeling, and actually for weeks and months later, he had that neuropathy. Sometimes, and trying to comfort this poor kid, while we're all cuffed in the back of the fucking wagon. It was, I don't know, but I was able to sue the cops for some more money then. And at the Rainbow Gatherings, I've been arrested more than I've ever been arrested any other place.
Yay. At
the Rainbow Gatherings. And usually that happens when I intersperse, when I try and change. I have not been arrested naked at the gathering, but I'll tell you, I was at the info booth one day, and one of the head rangers came up, and she was apologizing to the info staff that she was misinformed and that nudity was okay right there. Yeah. And so when I immediately took my clothes off and started, I just started saying to her, "Stop looking at Grandpa's dick! Stop looking at my dick! Stop looking at my dick!" And that was, highly entertaining for all involved, I guess. Yeah.
I wasn't looking till you said something.
It wasn't meant to be offensive or the least. It was purely just straight on comedy. The Rainbow Gatherings, where I learned to be as ridiculous as possible and actually very successful at that, and interact with the cops, because doing security at the Rainbow Gatherings, we walked the cops around, and so when I was a kid, much younger person, I got a lot of the experience walking with the cops and learning how to, be more of a clown and make fun of the cops, have fun with them and propagandize the cops, try and contextualize what they're experiencing, blah, 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 and keep them out of trouble, of course.
It's fun stuff there.
Yeah, and so that, that was where I picked up the skill that I was able to bring into the streets because, I would do an 8-hour shift walking with these cops in the woods and just knowing pretty much that my friends had my back. The participants of the gathering would have been very upset. And they, pretty much the only time I've been arrested there is I don't know, when it looked that way. When they skip a turn, essentially, quite frankly. Because a lot of times when I'm interacting with a cop, I use it as a chance for dialogue, and it's like, sir, do you have some ID? It's like, well, yes, I do. May I see some ID? Well, I don't know. Do I have to show it to you? And I get this little dance. And I cooperate, ultimately, but in a very slow, methodical manner, where I call them on every step of the way. And if they go along with it, fine, but sometimes they'll skip their turn and go immediately for arrest. And I remember this one time, and I hope I can swear on your show. Can I swear on your show?
Fuck it. Sure.
Okay. So there was this one arrest scenario when I was where I was at that point in the encounter. I believe it looked like I was definitely getting arrested, and I was getting a little frustrated. And the ranger who I was interfacing with says to me, "Sir, I need you to turn around. Sir, please turn around." And I got a little pissy, quite frankly. And I just said, "Listen, if you want to be behind me, you can walk the fuck around me."
Oh.
Ow.
Wow.
And I did get beat. That's an interesting thing that I've never been beat by cops, because sometimes they perceive me to be a little mouthy. But I apologized, part of my fray, and continued on to the dance. And every time I've been arrested at Rainbow, they usually drive me like half a mile down the road and then kick me loose. Every time.
That's great. That is funny. What do you think about Donald Trump and Joe Biden? Who was the worst out of the two, and why?
I guess Trump, because he's the president right now.
Yeah.
Because he's the one in charge.
Yeah,
so he's definitely. The other one, Biden, he's not in charge, so he's not really a fucking problem at all now.
No, not at all, actually. Yeah, we kind of like that. Stay where you're at. Stay right where you're at there, Joe.
Maybe he can get a job being a lifeguard again. I don't know.
We need you, Vermin. Vermin, we need you. We need you to run this country. It's just scary.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be very good at it, but I would definitely at least, I know I would pay attention to the very confident, fucking non-political hacks that I would surround myself with, and I would certainly be paying close attention to the scientists and the medical professionals, and would not be in denial, and would not have been delayed, and would have been a little bit more on top of things. I like to think, at least, because I like to think that I'm pretty together, or would be so in those circumstances. Let me assure you.
Would you get CIA? Would you get CIA briefings, and what would you do about them, like about the overseas stuff?
I would certainly try and enact the Libertarian Party platform, and that would be certainly includes the ending all the foreign entanglements and endless wars overseas. And other than that, it's just the speculation is so great that I can't even begin. The Libertarian Party is certainly against the surveillance state, so I think they would have an ultimate goal of abolishing intelligence agencies. Now, of course, in real political worlds, once again, I mean, a lot of these ideas, a lot of platforms, I think they're predicated on a utopian vision of, at this point in time, we are so absolutely entangled with these superstructures, if you will, that it's hard to even imagine any real systematic change. On the other hand, my understanding and my belief of anarchy and anarchism for my entire life has been that the only way that we will be able to disengage from the government ultimately is to create the systems and the functions that the government pretends to make happen.
Right.
And to build up the stronger families and build up the communities. And, stronger families and stronger communities mean less need for government. So there's a lot to be said. And once again, when I wasn't a candidate, previously to me running, it was much easier to just, yammer in the abstract. And, and talk about this post-state utopia or this post-state society that I would like to see. And, how to get there wasn't a primary concern. But as an actual candidate for an actual party's nomination, it has really forced me to look hard at a lot of these ideas that I've had and all this time, It's interesting.
Yeah, you've been in a lot of different political parties, and I'm sure you have a lot of different views at different times. You've evolved on a few things.
Well, that's a misnomer. I have run as other parties, and I've run under other parties. But I was, when I was a Democrat, running Democrat, never Democrat. When I ran Republican, I was not a Republican.
Oh.
I was full on. No, I was an anarchist my entire life.
Right on.
From the left tradition, left anarchist, ultimately. But in my long journey towards understanding that where I fit into the libertarian model, and here I am. Here I am.
Ain't going nowhere. I'm right here.
I'm a life-size member of the Libertarian Party, just like Bill Well and Lincoln Chasey and now Justin Amash. So there's that, man.
And look at you. You're the front runner. Whoa, hey.
Oh, yeah. I mean, really, who would have ever thought it? I mean, 5 years ago, a year, 2 years ago, oh, Vermin, you're going to be running as a real candidacy. You're going to be really running. You're going to be a real politician running for the Libertarian Party, and you'll do quite well. And I'd be like, what? Are you crazy?
Give me that. What
That's
you're smoking?
Not.
Yeah. Pass that pipe.
So it's such a blessing. It's such a joy to know that what I have done has such resonance, and that people have such a hard appreciation of it, that they can see the possibilities within it. Because it's ultimately always been a campaign of infinite potential. And, I just brought it, to a certain level by myself. But now that I have this team, harnessing me, and and I said, I let them do it. They know what they're doing. This machine's like firing on half of all our cylinders. So it's we've raised more money than I've spent on all my previous campaigns combined.
Wow.
And so it's like so much. It's next level fit for sure, and
amazing.
I'm hoping that I can that I am worthy of being put in such a position, and
yes, you
and
truly
be able to represent the party in all its glory, and all my other constituencies. Because it's a crazy balancing act. Having this this base of support that runs from left to right, and trying to thread that needle, and but now, there's another candidate who's recently entered the race that started talking about a negative income tax, which is like, really? Okay, and starts putting forth the Georgist model of libertarianism, of which I wasn't totally familiar with, but then I'm reading up on it. It's like, okay, I mean, because there's so many types of ideas that people have, like VERMIN, you support UBI, and we're sort of like, well, unless we can put it in some sort of libertarian context, unless we can find some model that, it's a no-go. Because, I'm open to different policy ideas, certainly, but ultimately for the purposes of running as a candidate of the Libertarian Party, can it fit within this context of what is a libertarian thing?
Yeah, I remember when Howard Stern. Remember when Howard Stern ran for Libertarian a while back? That was pretty good.
Yes, Governor of New York.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It is fart man days.
Yes, exactly. I got 2 more questions for you.
Yes,
and I'm gonna take a hit off my pipe when I ask you these, and maybe you should too.
Oh, I've been smoking this whole damn time.
You've been way ahead of me. All right. I got to catch up. Hold on. I got to catch up.
I've got my one hitter. I got my bat. I dip.
What strain? What strain you smoking? I'll try to match you. What do you got? What are you smoking?
I'm not even sure at this point because I grew a whole bunch of different strains, and then I just sort of lost track of which was which.
I got that. I got that over here. Yeah, I got a salad over here. Hold on. I'm gonna grab my salad. All right, it's not swag, it's just salad. All right, my question is, do you believe in God, and what is the meaning of life? These are the best questions.
The first question is, I try not to. I try and be, I like to think of myself, and once again, it's one of these things where, if you were raised believing in something, it's hard to totally shake that, and I like to think of myself as a rationalist, and therefore I try not to believe in supernatural things that are beyond, that are not of this world. On the other hand, I'm also open enough to play along sometimes in different rituals and stuff, and but it's sort of like I think it's sort of like my campaign. People know, or they like to play along, but they know it's not totally real. And I'm totally up for anybody believing anything they want to. Of course, I support freedom of choice. I'm not gonna say you believe you have the wrong God or something like that. And there's ideas that I sort of like the idea of that I can almost put a mathematical framework over in interdimensional things and multiple dimensions. But if there's a scientific explanation or stretch that will cover different phenomena, like ghosts or actually sort of interdimensional glitches or something like that. It's like, okay, maybe, I don't know. So I guess I like to try and be as unbelieving as I can, and I suppose I'm a little agnostic in that if a certain phenomenon was explained, but the all, I think the God is that most people, or many religions tend to put forth. Nah, I'm not buying into that one, so not at all. And the second part of your question, what is the meaning of life? I believe that the most concise answer is, of course, 42. But for me, I believe...
What was that? 42 what?
Just 42. Isn't that the meaning of life?
Oh, okay.
So from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
That's right, yes.
So I got the reference. That's the quick reference. I think it's about just doing the best that you possibly can to be a good, ethical, moral person, and the occasional lapses because we're humans, and try to make the world a better place and help other people, and practice mutual aid and volunteerism and charity, and it's certainly a combination of those things that is helps us through this particular crisis that we're currently in, because I know the government has been knocking on people's doors or calling them up to checking on the people and see if they're all right, or haven't been delivering food. No, it's been neighbors helping neighbors and people helping people. Although I think their AOC staff is doing stuff, but anybody with their self is making sure that their friends are trying to make it through, because this is obviously could potentially be a very prolonged situation for many people. And I've been doing my best to certainly encourage people to, pay heed to all the, conventional medical warnings and keep checking on their friends and checking on their family and do the things that need to get done. And I know so many people are. Of course, a lot of people are doing the things that they have to do because they're first responders, because they have to make their rent or whatever, as grocery clerks and what have you. But, there's a lot of people that, and of course I've been asking people, I ask you, what does, what kind of future do we want? What are we looking at? Can we go back to the way it was? Can we afford to do that or something different? So this is a very pivotal moment in our society, in our evolution, in our history, and I hope that we are able to use it to the best of our abilities for more better things for us all, instead of just a big power grab by the government and what have you.
Yeah. We need more givers, less takers, but it's okay to take too once in a while. But yeah, we need more givers, more helpers.
Yeah. Well, you have to be open. You're open to gifts. I like the gift of God and maybe, sharing and all those things. Love, compassion. I'm a softie. I'm a little bit of a softie, but I'm really trying to.
We know.
Present it and make that a message. That's my message, man. Fuck the government. Love one another.
That's a great message. I love that. That's we say that all the time. What is your website again for those who didn't get it the first time?
It is VERMIN2020.com.
Yes.
And of course, there's the Who is Vermin Supreme documentary at Vimeo. I have a book. It's called iPony, Blueprint for a New America. It is available at iPonythebook.com. I am on Facebook, Vermin Supreme for President, Blue Checkmark Official. I am on Twitter at Vermin Supreme. I am on TikTok at The Real Vermin Supreme. I'm on Instagram. I have a YouTube channel. I think it's just called Vermin Supreme. I don't know how we got that name back. There's so many people who use my name online. So many gamers.
Yeah.
And so there's a zillion Twitter accounts that use some variation. In fact, I subscribe to a Twitter feed. It truly is. Being a meme is a really funny thing. So many weird. I think in 2016, a beer can. Some guy who worked at a beer factory had a little Vermin Supreme message underneath the beer cap or some shit.
Oh, come on.
Oh yeah, I just looked at all the fan art, the fan music. If you go to SoundCloud, and type in Vermin Supreme, you had all sorts of mashups. And on the YouTube, there's all sorts of fan commercials and love the kids. Gotta love the kids, right? Fucking goodness.
When are you coming to New Jersey? I want to get stoned with you and build a Lego ramp on the State House lawn.
Well, it'll definitely be in the future, that's for sure. And, I guess we'll just see how this whole mess shakes out a little bit in terms of when people can travel more safely. And, who knows? Who knows? Summer or fall or maybe next year. It's hard to say. It's going to be crazy times, and I certainly wish the best of luck to everyone, because it could be a long haul.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll go away in a few days, like Trump said originally or something. You never know.
Well, you know what's scary is that his Dr. Fauci, whatever his name is, he has all these patents on these vaccines. He's the same guy the same guy in the 80s who had all the patents on the AIDS drugs back in the 80s. And
really? Oh my goodness, I did not know that.
Yeah, he's a scary guy. No wonder Trump didn't fire him. Yet.
Well, you would think he would be encouraging people to get infected so he could sell his wares for.
Yeah, it's very scary, this whole thing. I just don't
You're
get
sure
it.
to cough on everybody. I have the patent for the virus disease control, and please, if you would cough on everybody, it would be great. Just joking, people. Just joking.
Okay, terrific.
Vermin, I'd love to get your help with these Legos someday, so...
Yeah, information out to the people, because it is definitely, that's exactly that kind of do-it-yourself initiative. I mean, yes, everybody should have that type of accessibility, and should the government enforce it? I don't know. It's a question. Maybe so.
We'll take them.
I am telling you, we need to approach the Lego company itself.
Yeah.
I mean, the Lego company, they have Lego parks. They have people building Lego sculptures. I mean, they have people on staff who build Lego crap for them all the time.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I would think that would be a very exciting project for them. It would definitely be something that they could use in their public relations. Unfortunately, I think that's how they see it. But yeah, man, but maybe they would just want to do that because that's the right thing to do, and to start making accessibility something that you can snap together.
Yeah, we'll get there. Thanks, Vermin, man. I appreciate it. Good luck with your presidential run. Your primaries in now. When is the primary? That was pushed back, right?
Okay, no. The way that system's run, there's been several primaries. Not every state has a primary. Some do, some don't. It's like and I won the primary in New Hampshire. I won a primary in Massachusetts on Super Tuesday.
Okay.
So that's pretty snazzy. That's more than I ever won before.
Nice.
And but they're non-binding. Essentially, there's been there's a primary, but it's a non-binding to the delegate. So ultimately, and ideally, the candidate is chosen by the delegates at the national convention. It has been scheduled, and originally scheduled, and I mean it has not been canceled yet, in Austin at the end of May. And so that may happen, or it may be turned into a digital portion, or the Libertarian National Committee has the power in the bylaws to make the choice if a physical convention does not occur. That seems to be the backed up plans at the moment.
Wow. What are your chances if they pick it? Do you think they're going to pick you, or what do you think?
I think they're a little slimmer, quite frankly.
Oh.
I think if it's the live convention, I have a much better shot to get on, make it through several of the rounds or something, and do all that horse trading and all that weird, real political bullshit that happens. And if they choose it, I don't know. On a good day, for a while there, I was feeling really comfortable thinking that my odds were about 50-50. And now I'm just not so sure. And on a better day, I was feeling like they were 30%. I wasn't really sure that I need the headache to be the nomination then. But yeah, okay. I'm making my offer.
Do you think they would happen? What could happen to Bernie? What could happen to you?
Somebody else being maybe there's parallels.
They screwed him back in New York the last time. I remember Hillary screwed him out of the election in New York.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to explore that avenue. That would bring me to some things I don't want to think about in terms of the primaries.
Yeah. I think you'll be fine, man. I think you're gonna roll over everybody because you're just kicking ass left and right. I love it. You got momentum, and people love you.
Yeah, I mean, my favorability ratings. I've got so much, political goodwill and political capital and all that stuff just for working so hard over the years that. Yes, it's part of the package. It's part of my offer. It's what I bring to the table. Is me. That's what I'm offering.
Vermin, you got a great head on your shoulders. I wish you all the best in the primaries and then in the presidency. I hope you kick Donald Trump's ass, and let's do this. I'm gonna help you any way I can.
Okay.
You need anything, you let me know. I'm here for you.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much. That's a very kind and generous offer. We accept crypto.
You got it. I'll make a donation.
We do, for sure. And, we could definitely use more help in New Jersey. I'm sure of that. For sure. It's just going to be such a very interesting hybrid year, especially because, the ballot access, which is the COVID thing is making a lot of signature collecting very questionable. A lot of, I know the Green Party and I believe the Libertarian Party are, asking for relief from the various states, the election boards, saying, listen, this year is like no other, and it doesn't, open up your ballot and let us on, because the requirements are hardship in this current circumstances. But yeah, we can always use more people working it, and thank you very much for your kind offer.
Oh my God, my wife just came in. She was going, Trump, Trump, Trump. Come back here. Explain yourself. Explain yourself. Don't come on my podcast and say Trump, Trump, Trump. Are you out of your mind? We live in Morris County. He won like by 80% up here, so it's a bunch of Trumpers up here. What am I going to do? Oh, God. This is what I deal with. Thanks, Vermin.
You're welcome. I don't have my clock with me, so I assume we're winding up now.
I'll stay on with you all day. I mean, hey, I love this. This is great. I just, I don't know if you have a schedule tonight or not. I'm going to smoke weed now.
That's all I'm doing too at this point. I guess I should go catch up on my social media. I'm a very busy man. I've met many presidential things to do. Very presidential.
Have you ever met Kamala Harris?
I did not have an interaction with her. I did have an interaction with Chelsea.
Okay.
Up there, I asked her if she was familiar with if she had read the Libertarian Party platform, lp.org/platform, and she said no. And then I asked her what she was going to name her pony.
Are the ponies wearing masks right now? Do you have them wearing masks?
Of course they are. In fact, I saw a photograph of a horse that was wearing someone's bra as because it fit right over its snout.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Oh, man. Well, Vermin, thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And have a great night, and stay safe, and wash your hands, and brush your teeth, and maintain social distancing, and stay at home as all possible.
Let me tell you. There's one thing I noticed today, that people are saying that you have to wash your hands before you pee. Now, I've been saying that for years. Vermin, I've been telling people that you got to wash your hands before you pee. You got stuff all over your hands. You're touching everything. Then you're going to go in the bathroom and touch your penis.
Your dick, sure.
Are you serious? You got to wash before. And now all of a sudden people are on board. Come on.
Well, still, I guess it would be a source of transmission because you do have the mucous membrane there, but that would involve, rubbing the virus on your fingers into your pee hole or something, I would think.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're thinking. I'm not. I guess that conceivably would be a source of transmission, but you touch the thing. I don't know. Yeah. Well, in Rainbow we have a saying: "Don't touch your thing to the thing."
It got to the point where, with these urinals, I hate urinals. I'll just go sit down and pee. I'll sit down to pee like a girl. I don't think it's less manly. I don't think so. I'm a man. But I do. I sit down to pee.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Fighting my God.
Just imagine what's getting on your shoes when you're on a urinal. All these little specks are getting there.
Well, they do say that. If you're out in public, then you do have to consider your shoes. Because you walk around where people might spit or sneeze or, spit on the sidewalk. That's totally a nasty possibility, depending on where you're at. So, I don't know. Yeah, they talk about the shoe coverings. And the shoe coverings get the goo on, like the gloves. You have to wash your gloves, and you have to, I don't know. There's a lot involved if you're going to be super strict about it. Oh, yeah.
Vermin, imagine being in a wheelchair and having to roll over, some urine or something, and you got to put your hands on those wheels, and you're touching that stuff. Come on, man, that's gross.
That is gross. That's why we need Lego boardwalks everywhere.
We need Lego everything. We need a Lego Vermin. A Lego. I'm gonna make. You can make a Lego into anything. You can take Vermin Supreme and make a Lego out of him. I'm gonna buy you a Lego Vermin Supreme Lego. I'm going to buy that
Okay,
for you.
that's part of the meat. Sure. I'd do all sorts of things. That would be a good thing. I'd like that.
We're going to work on that for you.
All right, get on it right away. And by the way, what are you going to name your pony?
What am I going to name my pony? Are you going to give me a pony, really?
It's in the platform. And that's practically the law. So yeah.
All right, his name will be Bucky. Bucky the pony.
Fucky the pony? With
All
an
right.
F or an L?
You want to say Fucky? All right, I like Fucky better. Fucky the pony.
No, you were saying Lucky. I couldn't.
I like yours better.
Either one's good. Either one works.
Is that the best pony name you've heard so far out of all of them, or who's the best pony name you've heard?
Fucky the pony.
Fucky the pony. That's Chris Christie's pony. Let's give it to Chris Christie.
Jeez, fucking Christie. And I totally owned his, at one point, like, I was at his campaign headquarters, and his bus was trying to turn around, and like, they thought I was in the way or something. One of the security goons come up to me and says, you have to move. And I'm like, wait a minute, because it occurred to me that, number one, he did not have Secret Service protection. So I says to him, where are you from? And he goes, New Jersey. And I say, you have no jurisdiction here. And I just started laughing in his fucking face. Good stuff. And then we had caught him at this restaurant up there, and that's on. Check that out. And he would not get off of his tour bus. He would not go to his campaign event until the security people chased us off of the parking lot.
Oh wow!
We were just having so much freaking fun with. So we had so many freaky freaks out there just having too much fun, and he couldn't swing with us.
Chicken.
Yes. So ultimately, the Libertarian Party will be given a very stark choice between two timelines. One is going to be a lot more like this, and the other one's going to be pretty boring.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it's okay. I'm not power hungry. I'm not trying to take anything over. I'm just doing my thing. It's a natural extension, and it's been a lot of fun, and it's been a growing exercise, that's for sure.
Yeah, you're still learning. We're all learning. We're all evolving. This is great, and it's great watching this journey with you. It really is fun.
Yeah. No, it's pretty wacky. Like, okay. Like, I look at it from the outside, it's like, okay, interesting. Because if I wasn't me, I would be really impressionable about it, too. But,
right. Think about us. We have to watch this whole thing unfold. It's, like, amazing. I mean, think about it being us watching you. It's amazing. This thing. I'm going to watch videos when I go off the air.
It's fucking hours of entertainment online.
Yes,
really,
yes.
Search Vermin Supreme on YouTube. Because for many years, I've never considered. I'm not a content creator per se, or never was. I was just more of a subject, and it's like so it's like on different people. Crowdsource, man. I'm like crowdsource. Yay! Oh, jeez. Okay, now I'm coughing. All right, I better go. I got things to do. And thank you once again. And hope to talk to you again.
Thanks, Vermin. Take care, brother.
All right.
Good luck.
Take
Bye-bye.
care. Have a nice night. Bye-bye.
Vermin Supreme, ladies and gentlemen. That was just... Wow. Yeah. That just happened. Wow. That was good stuff right there. Okay. Can I take a break for 5 minutes or no? Can I do that? Do I have anything ready to go? No, of course I don't have anything ready to go. Why would I have anything ready to go? All right, I'll just go right into it here. We have a commercial. Ed Fortune made a commercial. This is actually really cool. I like it. All right, check this out. This is Ed Fortune's commercial. There it is. Hold on. All right.
My name is NJ Weedman, and normally I would say yes to legalization. But what the
Said say
politicians
yes.
in the state of New Jersey want you to do in November is vote yes to corporatization.
Said yes. Yes,
And
vote
once
yes.
You vote yes.
Vote
they
yes.
will write the bill
Yes, vote yes.
To support corporations and exclude you.
Yeah, he says vote yes. That's what he said. Like 3 times he said vote yes.
Paid for by the legalized marijuana party.
Wow, that's a really great. I guess Ed Fortune finally did come around. He says vote yes now. That's great, Ed. You're going to vote yes? Thank you, because yes, we need to vote yes on the constitutional amendment to grow cannabis. We have a constitutional amendment that we're voting on. Oops. And if you vote yes, it's a constitutional amendment. Do you realize it's a constitutional right to have cannabis? If you vote in November, they can't take that away. So if the legislature, after we vote yes and we have a constitutional right to cultivate cannabis, if the legislature turns around and says, no, this license is going to cost you $20,000, blah, 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 blah. No, then we fight because we should all be allowed that constitutional right, not just rich people. We should all have that right. So that's what's going to happen. If the legislature does try to change that and take cultivation, make it unreachable for normal people like the working class, like me and you and all the rest of us, yeah, then we fight. And then we have the Constitution behind us. We want the Constitution behind us. We want that to strengthen and fortify us. I like this commercial. I'm gonna play it again. I really like this a lot. Wait, hold on.
My name is NJ Weedman, and normally I would say yes to
Yes.
legalization. But what the politicians in the state
Yes, he said yes. Yes. Vote yes.
of New Jersey want you to do in November is vote yes,
Yes.
to corporatization.
Vote yes. Yes. Thank you, Weedman. It's the second time you said vote yes.
And once you vote yes,
Vote yes. Yes. Vote yes. Thank you, New Jersey Weedman. Vote yes.
they will write the bill to support corporations and exclude you.
Yes, and home grow is part of the equation, so thank you.
No. Paid for by the legalized marijuana party.
Yeah, I fixed it for you, Ed. I fixed your commercial.
My
for
name
you.
is NJ
Whoops.
Weedman.
Yeah,
and
I fixed it. It's a lot better now. I just did a little editing for you, Ed. There you go. I love you, Ed Fortune. I really do. I don't know if we agree on this issue, but I still love you. It's all good. Can I get my screen back here? Thank you. Okay. So Honeybee had her first podcast. And, well, Chucky wants to talk to me? All right. Before I call Honeybee, let me call Chucky. Chucky wants to speak to me. Really? Hold on. Why am I not connected on the Bluetooth? Oh, this is hurtful. All right, we'll do it the hard way. Sorry, Chucky.
Hello.
Chuck Kwiatkowski.
Yes, this is him speaking. How are you?
Hi, it's
I'm sorry I'm late.
It's Lefty
I'm
Grimes.
gonna send it out tomorrow.
Sorry, I missed you on 420. I got cut off the air.
It's okay, man. I was talking about tonight's meeting at 10:10. Is that tonight?
It's right now.
Oh, okay. So then we're live.
We're live right now.
Okay, I am, and I don't have COVID.
You don't?
That would be why. That's why I'm alive. Holy shit! Everyone else is dead.
Well, I'm glad you're here with us, Chucky, because we need you.
Me too, man. I feel bad for the whole world.
What are you smoking on? I'm gonna try to match you with whatever you're smoking on right now.
I am smoking. Man, it's such a crazy name. I gotta go fucking read it again.
All right, because I'm lighting Bonholio. I'm gonna light Bonholio. So you host the show while I light the bomb.
Oh, here. This is it. I found the sack. It is called White Buffalo. White Buffalo. It's a hybrid strain. Sativa dominant hybrid. Good day to feel kooky. Hey, everybody. everybody. Welcome to the evening with the Tiva Cross. You know how I can tell it's evening? It's effing dark out. Where's the moon? Clouds. Rain. Sprinkling here in Monmouth County. Hope you're all okay and holding tight, because with the new COVID-19 going around, cannabis users stand a better chance of survival. So keep burning. It's good for your health. Even if you can't burn again. Keep on burning and burning. Prevent COVID. Spark up a blunt. Spark up a blunt. Because cannabis is the only extract that when you use it, it replaces all the cells in the human body. I forget what kind of stasis, amniostasis. It's called something scientifically, but it means all of your cells are where they belong. All your immune cells are there. You even got, you know what? Sometimes you get an extra sperm or 2 cells. I had 4 of them last week. But other than that, all your other cells are on top. Vitamin C, your blood level, water level, oxygen level, everything is topped off perfect. So if you're trying to fight COVID, focus on your CBD to get that stasis going. Cannabis stasis. When you smoke so much cannabis, you become steed.
Okay, terrific.
That's like, steed is the past effect of stood. Past tense of stood is steed. And the only other mammal that does the steed is the white buffalo. Sometimes you'll find them in a steed when they're moving out. That's like more than 1 or 3 white buffaloes equals a steed.
Chuck, how
when
are
they're moving in the
how are your crickets doing during the COVID quarantine?
during this Mad Max Thunder Zone that we're in? I got them hiding right now. They don't want COVID either. You know what happens to them if one of them catches COVID? They start to hop, and 1 or 2 hops, and they turn into a freaking butterfly, man. The crickets don't normally turn into butterflies. But for some reason, when they get COVID, they get all kinds of colors and shit and start flying. And I blame it on IFF 100%. Definitely International House of Flavors and Fragrances.
The chemicals.
They're pumping that fragrance in my air.
Yeah. Air and
One
water.
day, the whole entire 4 square miles smells like lavender.
You're contaminated, yes.
I am. And from the sperm up.
From what?
Stasis or not.
From what?
I'm contaminated.
From what?
Everything is contaminated. From the sperm up.
From the sperm.
Starting with my sperm, that's contaminated, and go up and up and up through the whole stasis. You might find 1 or 2 missing, but I'm sorry, I ate those. You ever count your sperm cells? Make sure they're all accounted for. How do you want to make a wedding and have a plan of a future life with babies and whatnot when you never counted them? You have to count them yourselves. And I purposely separated mine, all females from males. That's why I only have female daughters.
Okay, terrific.
I wish I had a male daughter, man. I would rock on. We would be at the Ozzy Osbourne show right now, playing out some heavy metal. Are you watching? Are you not watching the NFL draft pick? Like most of America?
There's sports on?
Yeah, Channel 7 until 11:30 tonight. The NFL chooses and trades their players all for the season.
What?
So, like, there's a few Jets and Giants that my daughters have eyes on for their men, their boys that they're with. So they're watching this pick 'em for the sake of who's going to be picked and moved where, and I'll trade you for Brett. You want to trade me for Brett? Isn't Brett one of the players?
Tony.
Yeah, I'm sure there's 100 Bretts in Texas.
Tony says, "Don't count your sperms before they hatch."
Oh shit, man! You know what happens when they hatch?
I'm just
They
reading.
fly away.
Yeah, I'm just reading what's on the. This is not my words. It's Tony.
That's okay. You could tell me your words. You could tell me straight up F you, and that's all right, man. I've been F before. I've actually been dicked over by the Berg Cheds.
Ew. Ew.
Keensburg cops, they call them the Berg Cheds. Cheddar cheese. Yeah, the cheese is behind us. Pull over. Are any Keensburg cops listening? I might be fucked.
Our biggest fans are law enforcement and CIA. So yes.
Wow, I know. They're recording me, man. They're recording me to go back to that day in '84 when Offrey was chasing me with all the mescaline on the beach. and I burnt him, but he was looking for them anyway.
Would you throw them in the
Lieutenant
water?
Offrey. Yeah, he's one of those cops that's also like a Navy SEAL. So yeah, he's really good in the water. His name is Lieutenant Offrey with an A. Alfrey. Such a great man. Don't get pulled over by him or he'll be checking you for my mescaline that I lost in '84.
You got a couple of good cops in Keensburg.
Yeah, there are. I went to high school with a couple, too.
Yeah, you got a couple of good ones there.
Some of them are great. Some of them even burn.
Right. We won't go there.
But only on the 4th of July, man. There's always an occasion for some people to celebrate. Get a little too hammered. Forget where they are. Break out the sugar, man. Nobody's around. I hope Seth is listening.
Seth.
My man loves the show. Is he watching the NFL draft and not you? Come on, man. I gave up the draft just for you.
Seth is a Mets fan, so he's he's in his own little world over there. Who knows what he's doing?
You know what happened the first time you called me tonight when it rang? I got wood again just from it ringing. Every time. It knows you're coming.
We haven't hung
Soon
out.
I'll be coming.
We haven't hung out. We have to hang out, Chucky. That's what it is.
Yeah, we need to go to a show somewhere, man. But there's no shows. You got to shelter at home.
Let's just go to a police station. Smoke weed like we used to.
I'm going to dig a giant, massive hole in my backyard and make an igloo out of dirt because it's summertime. Yeah.
Let's cook a pig in the dirt.
Make the dirt glue. Dig me a spade and shovel. Dig up a whole igloo out of dirt.
You have a lot of dog poop back there, Chucky. Everywhere.
No, I catch them every day.
Really? Okay.
I catch them when they're hot.
Oh, jeez. No.
They stick to the fence better.
Use paper or plastic?
You know what I do? I take them all and I use the giant shepherd poops to bait in other animals by throwing it over the fence. And a few times I found a few coyotes back there sniffing them down. But I don't know if the coyote thought it was a shepherd shit or maybe his own. I tried sniffing. I can't sniff the difference between coyote shit and shepherd shit. They both smell like dog shit. I'm sorry, man.
It's all shit to me.
That first one, it smells like dog shit. Second one, dog shit. Was that wrong, man? That was dog shit. Don't step in it. So how's your day going, man?
Well,
None of your friends get sick with COVID?
no, I got to go in New York City next week because my physical therapy.
Wow, that's the epicenter, dude.
I'm going to NYU too.
Wow, there's a lot of people. They're dropping like flies over there, man.
I know.
I would, if you gotta go there,
Gotta go.
definitely wear the mask because it's essential. And can you get down on the ground and I forget what that move's called that they teach you in Vietnam how to snipe. You snipe on the ground like you elbow to elbow, to knee. There's a pattern of it, of sniping. Elbow to knee 100 times. You'll be there safely. Just make sure it's elbow to knee.
Wouldn't I want to be higher, though? Because the COVID falls out of your mouth and falls on the ground, doesn't it? Isn't there COVID on the ground?
Yeah, don't lick the ground. I learned that when I was young. It's hot.
Why? What happened to you when you were young?
I licked the blacktop, and it was hot from the sun. And it tasted like gasoline. Or Earl. It tastes like Earl. You know my boy Earl?
Show me on the
Tastes like Earl.
Show me on the doll where they hurt you, Chucky. Show me on the doll where they hurt you. Where'd they hurt you? Here on your butt. You butt hurt?
Yes, right on the dimple.
In your butt dimple. All right, so your butt hurt right there.
My butt, my ass cheek has a dimple.
Chucky was hurt right here on his butt dimple. Your butt hurt.
Yeah, last time that happened, I was in the clinic. I was in Peaburg, Phillipsburg, Peaburg County. 30 days. 30 nights, too. I forgot that when you do days, you do nights, too. Fuck. That equals 60, man. They doubled me. But it was cool because near the end of my serving, riots were breaking out in Phillipsburg. I'm not sure why, but there was riots going on, and they needed my spot. So I got out like 14 days earlier because they needed my spot for the riots in Peaburg. And that had to be like 92 or 93. But I do remember sitting and doing time, and it's the longest day you can imagine, just one day of doing time. So try to never do time.
Tony says, Tony says, 4th of July is canceled this year, Chucky. You better break out the secret stash of mescaline.
Yes, the purple double barrels from Sheep Meadows. They still got them. The guy's name is Mountain. He rides a mountain bike and he's got dreads, a white guy.
They still make that shit?
As long as there's rats in New York City, they will always have to sell strychnine.
That's what it is? It's just strychnine? Ugh.
Strychnine is how they make it from rat poison.
Ew. Really?
But you know, they work even better if you feed it to the rat first and wait for him to die.
Oh, no.
And then you eat the rat. Talk about seeing shit. Woohoo!
Eat the rat raw, like in China, like Wuhan. Wuhan style. Wata!
The Wuhan rat.
The Wuhan rat.
There's
Yum,
a lot
yum,
of
yum,
rats
yum,
in
yum.
Parkland. They live in the swamp.
Yum, 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 yum.
Fuckers live in the swamp, man, them rats. If my phone dies, it wasn't me and it wasn't COVID. I came in here at 31%, and I think I'm still at like 30. So I'm good. We can talk each other's ear off. When I was like 14, I went to Buddy Amato's karate school. I lasted about 2 months. Got kicked in the nads a few times and quit. Don't go good with karate. They never tell you to wear a cup. They tell you to wear a gi, and you wind up getting kicked in the nuts, and you're done. Go cry to your mom. Back to Catholic school you go.
What is Bruce Lee's favorite drink?
The Mai Tai?
Wata!
Wata! The Mai Tai. It isn't the Vietnam jungle? The jungle juice? The jungle juice from Vietnam. They eat rats in Nam, too, I think. You know what? I think all humans eat rats. That shit's in your hamburger meat, dude. You thought that was beef? All these years? Get out of here. They call it chopped meat. They don't say beef. It says chopped meat. Just the word meat. Could be anything. It could be goddamn human. As long as it's chopped through the grinder,
Some people don't
it's
know.
hard to tell.
People don't know. They don't know where their meat comes from.
Sweet Baby Ray can fix any problem. Even a COVID cow. Gotta watch out for them COVID cows. They sneeze a lot.
COVID cow.
COVID cow, man, one that's infected. Because somebody who was infected was pulling on its nipples. That's what you do with cows. You pull on the nipples.
Oh.
And the infected milk person squeezed the nipples too hard and spread COVID to the cow, and now it's a COVID cow.
What?
But it still don't taste no different. It's still milk. Unless you add chocolate or something to it. It's still milk. But it's COVID milk from a COVID cow. This shelter at home sucks. And you know how long it's predicted to last from that guy Fuji or Fihu, whatever that guy's name is, the general health guy? He says 4 years minimum. 4 years, shelter indoors. Okay. You better get a big box of graham crackers. God damn, 4 years in this one room, in my shack. They damn well better allow home cultivation, man. If I'm stuck in this square property for 4 years, why risk going out? I don't even want to go see my neurologist for my normal medication, because just going to his office, people in his office are sick. So why risk going out for weed if I could just be cultivating it right in my living room?
Yeah, you're risking your life. I know. It's stupid.
I'll dig up the floor just to get dirt and grow it right there in the living room.
Sweeney doesn't want it. It's not Sweeney's the holdup here. Sweeney and maybe Ron Rice and Cody, but Sweeney.
You think Sweeney's getting paid from the dispensaries?
I'm sure Big Pharma too, probably. Who knows? We got everybody working against us, Chucky. Everybody.
It's a sad world, man.
That's why we stick together.
Well, one day one of them big uppers is going to have a relative that gets really sick and needs it. I got to call you right back.
Why? What are you doing?
My phone is beeping and it's my old lady.
Ooh, put her on. Put her on three-way. Come on.
I don't know how.
Merge it. It'll say a thing there. Merge the calls. Merge the calls.
It's all right, man. I'm going to go and walk in there and see what she's calling me for.
No, go ahead. I'll let you go.
It's all right, man. I'll be right back. My phone's about to die. I'm like at 30% now.
I don't want to get you in trouble.
No, I'm not watching porn, man. 30% is good. Goddamn. I woke up with wood, man. I knew you were going to call.
Oh, here. Tony says mescaline is from a cactus, not a rat. What kind of mescaline you taking?
No, he's wrong, dude. I've used cactus heart, man. There's a different name. It's an Indian name. Native Americans use it all the time.
Peyote.
Cactus heart.
Peyote?
Peyote, yes. Not mescaline, it's peyote.
Mescal. It's from mescal. Mescal. Isn't there a mescal?
Hold on.
Plant? Oh, jeez. See, now I'm showing my ignorance. Now you brought out my ignorance, Chucky. You exposed my ignorance. I should know what mescaline is. That's not my thing, though. I like mushrooms better. I enjoyed mushrooms a lot more. I did take mescaline when I was younger. When I was like 18. And I didn't like it. Well, I liked it, but not really. It didn't feel it felt like chemicals. It didn't feel healthy. Like mushrooms felt kind of healthy. Mescaline does not feel healthy. It was those little yellow, orange, and purple ones. Yeah, no. Chucky, what are you doing? Really? This is how you're gonna leave the show? Like that? Let me hear what's going on, Chucky. Put the phone up to... Hey, put the phone up. Chucky. Chucky! Oh, I lost my audio. I lost my audio. That's hurtful. Oh, man. That's hurtful. Chucky, I can't hear you. All right, I gotta go, Chucky. Chucky. I can't hear you. I want to hear what you're doing. Oh, Chucky. I can't hear what's going on, Chucky.
Hey, Tony. Is mescaline losers?
Are you there? Hello, are you there?
Milk is bovine pus, and mescaline.
You watching bullfighting?
No, bovine pus. That's what milk.
Oh,
Milk.
yes.
Milk is bovine pus, and peyote is
Peyote
mescaline.
buttons.
You loser. That's what it says here.
Nice, I like that.
It says, Chucky, you're a loser. No, it doesn't say. Doesn't say that.
No, you know what?
It's collective. It's for both of us.
Anything.
It's for both
You
losers.
eat goddamn anything. I've eaten shrooms from a dead rabbit. I've eaten shrooms from the desert. I've eaten dead animals just because they were dead.
I know. Why is it okay to eat like cows and it's not okay to eat like dogs? Why do we draw the
You
distinction?
can eat bats in China.
You can eat raw bats in China. Whatever. Bugs. You can eat bugs. I would totally eat bugs if you cut them up and sauteed them. I would eat bugs.
Jiggy juice. Let the juice is gonna go. Holy cow! I can't even plug that shit in. What are you, stoned? Huh? Why did I get in the boot? Nobody's there? Hello?
Yeah, I'm
Calvin home? Where's Calvin?
I lost my board.
God damn it, Calvin.
What happened to my board?
What board did you lose?
Why is it not here?
Hey, do you know what a 1 liter bottle of orange juice looks like? The small one you buy in the store? It's got a pretty round neck.
You got a pretty
You know
round
what
neck.
I'm talking about?
You got a pretty round neck.
You ever try to fit your neck inside that neck? I got to go outside and pee on the fence, man. I'll be back in a second. Holy Harvard.
What? I lost my board. I can't believe I lost my board. That means I lost my video. Did I lose video too? This stinks. I can't play a freaking video. Are you serious? Oh, hurtful. That is so hurtful. What the hell happened to my board here? It's definitely there. It's the computer. My computer's down. There we go.
Well,
There we go. No, we lost our board. Shoot. Chucky, where'd you go?
Oh, okay, terrific.
Okay.
Yeah, when I told them I was on the air and I was busy, they said, yeah, smoke is part of air. So you're on smoke, man. You're telling them something new? No, it's air.
What?
It's the air I breathe.
Huh?
Holy cow, what time is it? 8:20? It's 8:20 already?
It's 9:26.
I thought it was 8:20. I better set my... Did we already spring ahead, man? Damn, this clock sucks. I don't know if I sprung backwards or the battery's dead, man. It don't look like it's even moving. So what's your plans for the whole evening, man? Just chilling?
This is it, Chucky.
All right. This is the excitement of the day.
This is. I'd love to get called losers online because we're stupid.
Loser?
Yeah, they call us a
Losers
bunch of
call you?
losers. And losers call me, and people call me loser because we're stupid. We come on here, we show our ignorance.
Yeah,
Rat
just,
poison.
I'm going to be talking. I'm going to put you on speaker for a minute.
No.
Just so I could hit.
No.
I want to hit this roach. I'm looking at a
All right.
fat roach I want to hit.
All right, I'm going to light up Bongholio. You hit the roach, I'll light Bongholio up, and I'll meet you in the middle.
Are you there?
No.
Are you there? Is there over here or over there? It's over here, man. It's over there.
I go a bong about 8 foot long. Bongholio, such a big bong. Gives you medication while he's singing you a song. Bongholio is such a great bong.
God damn.
There's no hesitation in our relationship. He's come around and giving you a hit. Monolio, straight to suck on. Monolio, I love you,
Get out of my window now. Hey, Laverne, did you call Chachi? Where's Chachi? Chachi coming over. That was Fonzie's brother, right, Chachi? Or brother-in-law?
That's a bad word in Spanish. Don't say that.
No, it was the guy's name from Happy Days. His name was Chachi.
Chocha.
Chachi.
Chocha.
No, I said Chachi. It means something in Corona.
Chocha. It's Chochachi.
Chochachi. Chucha. Mucho chucha. Los grandes huevos. That buffalo got me. I got kicked by that buffalo. God damn, he kicked me hard. Woo-hoo, white buffalo. Shit's pretty skunky. The buffalo's pretty skunky, man. I wonder if he's related. This damn buffalo is related to a skunk. For sure. Damn, there's a skunk in my shack.
Wow.
Oh. Hi. Mars? The red planet? The news was telling me earlier that we're all going to die tonight. And I just want to tell everyone, I'll see you all in hell. Because when you're from the birth, you're definitely born to go to hell.
Oh, that hurt.
Spend my whole life growing up and everyone telling me to go to hell.
That was a hot hit.
Yeah, man. I'm choking up myself, dude.
I just hurt myself really bad. Live on the air.
Hey, you ever see, the sugar that I was talking about the other day in a little jar? You ever hear of one called Dr. Burchan? Dr. Burchan. And it comes in flavors like creme brulee, and other one is Mendo Breath. But they're all just like that sugar. It's just a different vendor, I suppose. Maybe these ones come from Massachusetts or something. Don't shit yourself. You're still watching it, man? It's never going to stop. It's supposed to spin continuously. Don't it? It never stops. That would mean Earth stopped. And you know what the news says? No touching your ears, eyes, and definitely no picking your nose. But how come they don't say nothing about picking your asshole? I guess that's okay. You can't contract COVID.
Only in the shower.
Picking your asshole.
In the shower.
Well, how else do you get rid of the dingleberry? If you have a dingleberry, it's like snatching onto the side of your drawers, and you just want to pick it off and flip it somewhere. You got to touch. You almost got to touch one of the lips.
Well, some patients were running out of toilet paper, and what they were doing was just letting it cake on, and then just peel it off like a bacon strip after like 2 days.
I ran out of toilet paper about maybe 3 years ago, long before this COVID shit. And when I ran out of toilet paper, I started using paper towels. And I loved the aggressiveness every time so much that I could never switch back.
Good scrubbing.
So instead of toilet paper, I just have a roll of Bounty on the wall, right where the toilet paper normally goes. And I like the Bounty because it's the quicker picker-upper. So when I do use it to wipe that area, it picks it up even quicker than toilet paper. You ain't even barely got to touch it. It's like the poop knows that it's Bounty. And all you got to do is get near it, and it's evaporated. You ain't even got to flush. The whole thing evaporates. Remember that lady, Rosie, who ran it? The Bounty commercial? The Quicker Picker-Upper? 1974.
Chucky, do you know how Seth won the contest for the magical butter machine?
No, with his butt?
He took a picture of his cat's butthole and made
really?
made a flower around it.
Oh, that is so cute.
It's so beautiful.
What, did it smile?
It looked like an owl in a cage.
Oh, really? How cute is that, man? You know what you got to do? If you could just teach it how to whistle out of its asshole, you'll be bigger than Ringling Brothers, man, I believe.
Do the
People
crickets
would pay to come see it.
Do crickets sing when you use crickets in your butt? Do they sing and make noise?
No, but if I use one that's too active, like moving too much, sometimes it makes me sing. And I always sing opera, a lot of soprano and whatnot. And that's how my mother knows that I got a cricket in my ass.
Makes you sing.
If I start singing in soprano often in my room, then they know. They don't call the ASPCA. They call it Terminex. the best people. To flush out my asshole. Terminex. And you know what? Terminex came with a giant stick, man. It was hooked up to the truck.
Oh.
And I couldn't believe the pressure that comes out of that hose. God, man. It cleared me out good.
Pressure
I
and...
think it cleared out all the THC, too, man. I had to smoke more.
Pressure and
Cleared me
pyrethrin.
out for the day.
That's really shocking, Chucky.
Don't touch yourself, man. It said it on the news. Don't touch yourself. That means no stroking it either. That's also touching yourself.
Dr. Oz said to have sex.
Yeah, not by yourself. Not if you're quarantined, alone, in a box somewhere. To save your family's life, you go in a box by yourself, like the shack, and you just stay there and you let them all live in the house so that you could be the one infected in the shack. No, but I want to say that would be my family's only... If anyone contracted it here, they're all going to want them locked up in a shack. In a box somewhere. Whether it's me, them, or who, or somebody, they're going to want them locked up alone. And at least I got plenty of weed. I'll stay in there. You ain't got to lock me up. I just got to pack the bomb. Keep packing and packing and packing and repacking. But Governor Murphy should definitely allow patients for home cultivation for the sake of the COVID-19. The fact that we have to leave to go get our medicine. If we were growing indoors, we would never have to leave. Just keep growing. And that's the point I don't understand about this healthcare system, why they don't look at the people already sick and on medical marijuana for cancer, HIV, whatever it may be. They also are Americans, and they deserve everything the same as all Americans. They don't deserve COVID.
Tony,
only
Tony does. He's
people
touching
who don't
himself.
wash their hands.
Yeah, Tony is touching himself and not washing his hands. He says it right here on the
Yeah,
chat.
well, you have to wash your hands before and after.
That's disgusting, Tony.
And if you touch someone else, you have to use Gojo. Not just soap. You got to use Gojo for touching someone else. So don't touch no one else. You know what Gojo is? It's like a soap for truckers. Truckers use it. They smell like Gojo. You know what any truckers do with a big truck? Somebody carrying a big load.
You're a big load.
Chucky, what's a lot lizard? Chucky? Oh, jeez. He put the phone down. He can't hear me. Let's listen into Chuck's life.
I love the shack, though, man. The roaches aren't good in here.
Are you out in the shack now?
Yeah, always. Yeah, I live out here. I'm self-quarantined with weed.
You have an RV. You don't want to live in the RV?
No, it moves. You're not supposed to move if you're quarantined.
She's just moving across the yard.
Tomorrow, right after it rains, I'm digging a hole in the ground and making a dirt igloo.
Are you serious? You're serious about this dirt igloo, aren't you?
I might call it a digloo. With a spade.
A digloo?
Might even find some gold. Digging for gold in my digloo. You ain't never had to live in a digloo before? The thing about the digloo, you got to find dirt, enough dirt to dig. And I'm talking about like a 16-foot radius so that you could have enough space to stretch out, to bring others in, to be infected together and just stay on the ground. Boots on the ground, it's called. You got to have boots on the ground.
Digloo, digloo.
The digloo.
Tony says Dayglow, Digloo.
That would be a gay glow.
Gay glow?
The day glow would be the gay glow.
Are you gay again? Or are you not gay?
Fluorescent pink and green, bright green.
Are you, Chucky, you gay? Are you gay anymore or are you gay any less?
I'm actually not at all.
I didn't think so.
I just suck on this roach again and again. And again. Wow. Mendo breath. Good golly. Oh, man.
I have a joke with my friends on the phone sometimes. I don't do it on the podcast, but I'm like, nah, sorry, fellas, I'm not gay anymore. It's kind of funny on the phone. Put your hands in your mouth.
But I used to be.
Sorry, fellas, I'm not gay anymore.
But I used to be. Wow. What time is it, man? Is it 10:10 yet? Because you're calling me at 10:10.
It's 9:40.
Ah, we got another 30 minutes. We're there.
As the cock crows.
Yep. We're going to talk to some other stoners.
You got kicked off Facebook for a picture of a rooster? Is that what happened to you, Chuck?
14 more days, yes. I put a picture of my cock that's on my fence, and it's a rooster. And I guess the Facebook administrators don't know the difference between a real rooster and a cock, the word. But it was a real rooster. Wow, it really is a cock. It's my cock. So you're not allowed to share your cock with anybody on Facebook because they might have to share back. And right now we're in this not touch nobody. You're not allowed to share anything.
I touched you the other day, Chucky. I touched your butt dimple.
Yeah, but we smoke cannabis with CBD, man, so we're good.
Mm-hmm.
Don't stop smoking or you're going to get sick as hell.
And we grounded, too.
Didn't Murphy say 20 days? Give them 20 days and everybody will be dead? Today's day 19, man. It happens at midnight. We all go. Who knows how long they've been infecting everyone for, but they do say everybody's infected. You know, through your shoes, through the water and air you breathe. IFF ain't no joke. They want to put the smell of Satan in the air so that you become crazy. Maybe they do. I actually think they sold that thing or went out of business, bankruptcy.
but they were a big perfume company for decades, maybe 40, 50, maybe 100 years. Hey, did you ever try smelling Wayne's fart with that mask on? Can you smell one of Wayne's farts with the mask on?
Who?
Wayne.
Who? I can't hear you.
Fucking Wayne, man.
I can't hear you. You're breaking up.
Our buddy Wayne, bro, from the restaurant.
I don't know.
You couldn't smell his fart either. That's a good mask. My mask doesn't work as well because I could smell farts, man, through it. And that's not what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to stop you from smelling anything, right? So how can I smell your fart? You better take that fart back, man. You better stop giving me farts, man.
Okay, terrific.
What was that?
Are you there? I dropped my phone, man.
Oh, my God.
It's 9:44, like the Porsche. 9:44, like the Porsche.
So, Chucky, how are we going to get legalized cannabis in our homes as far as growing it? We want to cultivate cannabis. You want to grow it with your tomatoes. How do we get there from here?
Man.
How do we do it?
I'm native New Jersey, bro. I have a medical condition that requires it, and I'm still not allowed because of Cody's a dick.
Yeah.
Cody really sank my ship, man.
Cody won't even talk to me, and he's my.
You know, when the bill passed in 2005, and we were in attendance there, the original one was to have 6 plants.
Yep.
And that would have been perfect. Didn't matter what the ounce or 3 ounce level was. 6 plants was all it would have taken me. I would have kept them regulated, so I always had my medicine that I can barely afford now. And I can't afford it because New Jersey is so strict with their crabgrass that I can't afford to buy New Jersey's crabgrass because it is crab. It's half the percentage. They have a THC max of 9.9. You know, I need California. A lot more than 9.9. 25% is what I'm hoping for. You know, they treat patients like not themselves, that's for sure. But like someone else. They like to dick us around in a no dicking around zone. Cody knew I was in a no dicking around zone from the get-go. I testified with Miller and all them way back when.
Yeah, man, I remember.
Didn't lead my very much progress, but at least it became legal for me to possess enough to go walking into police departments and just burn anywhere.
You got us cannabis in New Jersey, Chucky. Remember Steven showed up and he got Crohn's added because he showed up. They added Crohn's.
Yeah, a lot of people, yep.
Him and somebody else, I think.
There was a dozen or more people there. There was 16 people. Gave their life stories up.
Yeah, but for Crohn's specifically, like Steven had Crohn's, and Crohn's wouldn't have been added to the original bill.
Yeah, I like Steven a lot, man.
Yeah, he's great. He came out there, and because he took part, that one person that took part made a huge difference. So never think that you'll never make a difference just if you're one person, because look what Steven did. Just by going to the State House and testifying one time about his Crohn's, Crohn's was added to the cannabis, the list of cannabis.
Well,
Jersey.
MS was added from the get-go. I don't think it was there because of me, but I wanted to grow it, and I was following Squirtari's rule, which no longer exists.
Yep. They took it out. Now, why did they not tell us?
Because so many states around us are growing better stuff than the New Jersey dispensaries grow.
Yeah.
And if you're a resident in those states, you can grow homegrown that's better than New Jersey dispensary. So there's a lot of patients, I'm sure, that have property in both states. One in Rhode Island, one in New Jersey, and they go back and forth. I'm sure people with money have no choice but to do that. But people on the lower end, family members like me, got to take care of my family first, then my medicine. I can't afford what I need, so I should be able to grow it. It's sad that I don't have the original 6 plants we were supposed to have. I don't even have 1 plant. I have it all grinded up and ready to burn. But it was processed from California only because I can't smoke this crap in Jersey.
You should save all your
Jersey
crap.
got the swag.
Save all your crap from your dogs, and you can use it as fertilizer, right?
Well, I like it when it's warm because it sticks to the fence. It makes such a nice thump. Better than a snowball.
You want to hear something gross?
Hey, man. I'm moving over.
My mom used to be a groomer, and she used to groom dogs, and she used to have to squeeze anal glands. It was a thing you have to do. You got to put your fingers around their
Some
butt
dogs you have to do that too.
and squeeze.
I used to have a Lhasa Apso that we had to squeeze their anal glands.
And this
liquid. There's a lot of people.
Yeah, that liquid that comes
There's
out.
a lot of people that that did.
Oh, it's rough.
And you know what? You know what's funny when you fail to be able to do that, like this, we happen to be a pet owner and lover with a Lhasa Apso. We would have to bring it to a pro anal gland squeezer. Pay them like $60 to squeeze my dog's asshole. Yeah, they do it at your shop.
My mom would do it without gloves on and just wash it all down the drain. I would be like, "Whoa! It was just concentrated poop in a liquid form that would just squirt across the table, across the bathtub, hit the other bathtub wall, and just I'm getting queasy.
Yeah, sometimes it flies that way.
It smells.
So that's why I like it when it's warm still, because it sticks to the fence. And if you have to get even with your neighbor, it's fun to throw it at your neighbor's house. It sticks to his house.
Anal glands are the worst.
Yeah, you're squeezing yours tonight?
I've done it. I've squeezed anal glands. I have. Not my own.
You ever squeeze your own by accident because you sat wrong on something? Like, you know, on a railing of your fence going down your stairs or something, try to put your leg over that and just to try to rest on it.
I sat on my scrotum.
You could accidentally pinch one that way. So don't sit on the fence.
You ever sit on
the
your
iron fence will take you out.
You ever sit on your balls? Chucky?
Yeah, man.
Have you sat on your balls?
I did, yep. I used to sit on them by accident all the time.
All the time by accident.
Well, it depends on what kind of drawers you wear, I suppose. Because if they're free with gravity, sometimes gravity wins. You know, if you're on an angle and the gravity is pulling them backwards, they're going to go backwards, man. They follow the earth.
What time is this?
So,
I'm quoting you on this, Trucky. It's a great quote. I'm going to make a meme. What's the time on this? 2:20. 2:20. Oh, geez. Hold on. Wait. We're at 2:33. 2:33. I'm writing this down. 2:33. Chuck meme. Chuck says some brilliant. You always say brilliant things, so we're gonna just write that time down and we'll look for that later. Good stuff, Chucky.
Yeah, we'll remember this.
I forgot what it was already, but I know when the time was, and I'll look for it, and I'll remember later.
The time will come.
I forgot already what it was. It was just brilliant. Whatever it was great.
Yes, it will.
It was a Chuckism. It was a total Chuckism, and it's what we need in this world is more Chuckisms.
And we'd have the answer to COVID. I'm sure if people opened up their minds, we would. Hey, are you chilly over? Do you want this warmer? I could turn it up.
You know, Vermin Supreme was on, and he puts COVID masks on his ponies now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
On his ponies?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's cute, though.
It is.
Animals are catching it. You've seen all the lions that died in the turtle bags, or they didn't die. They're infected in the turtle bag or the Bronx Zoo. All of the lions and tigers. I don't know if the bears or my got it or not, but the lions and tigers have it. You know, so you'll see it on the regular news channels. Bronx Zoo, COVID on the lions. The Bengal tiger and the big lions with the fur around their neck. I forget the difference in lions and tigers. But there's a name for it other than King of the Jungle. Is it King of the Jungle, the lion?
Yes.
It is, right? Why is the lion the king when a monkey could outsmart him in a minute and jump right on his neck out of a tree? You think that works?
I hate videos where the animals are eating each other. And like one animal still.
Yeah, I don't watch many of those.
I turn it right off. People are putting videos up all the time. I'm scrolling. I'm like, ew, oh, and I keep scrolling. I don't want to see that shit. Oh, it's rough. I know it's part of life.
You gotta go in the house and make more tea. But let me take this cup. I'll be back. No, it says I have 51. I'm all right.
I can't hear you, Chucky. You gotta hold the phone up better so I can hear what's going on. I can't hear what's going on, Chucky. This is no fun for the listener when you do this. You can't just... You're on a podcast. You can't just walk away. What are you doing, man? Look, this is what, you know, this is life with Chucky. He's in his own little world, and it's a great little world. Sometimes I'm part of it.
Oh, are you there?
Hey, Chucky.
Yeah, I'm here.
Bring the phone with you next time. I want to hear everything you're doing, especially if you're in the bathroom.
I'm in the house looking for tasty cakes. You know what tasty cakes be?
I want to be on that journey with you. Take me on the journey with the tasty cakes through your house. Take me with you.
Yeah, they're made.
Take us with
They're
you.
baked for years.
What are you doing right now? Are you looking in cabinets?
Yep.
For tasty cakes?
I got them.
What are you going to do with them?
Whole box of them. About to crack one open in a second.
I want to hear it. Ow, no, I don't. Maybe I don't. Jeez. Let me rethink this. I didn't think this through. Ow, that hurt.
I just got to jerk it apart.
Ow. Oh, it was so loud. Oh.
So how late does your cast go? Till 11?
No, 10:20. 10:10.
That's a channel, right?
No, we're gonna go longer tonight.
10:10 wins.
Yeah, we're going longer tonight. I got some videos to
The
play.
10:10 wins channel.
Actually, can I play a video? Yes, I can. Make sure my video is working. Yes. Okay.
That's a sports channel, right? 10:10.
Can you hear this when I play this? Can you hear this?
Not if I'm dead.
Oh no. Hang on. You're not going through my system. Hold on. Hold on. That's crazy, right?
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here. I'm trying to fix this. Hold on. I'm trying to put you through my system so you can hear stuff, but it's not working.
Did he stop at your house first, Santa Claus?
Let's try it again.
Being you're north of me. He comes from the north, right? So he's got to hit you first and then me. Santa Claus in general.
I don't believe in Santa Claus. Uh-oh. Hold on. Something just happened.
This tasty cake's all really pretty tasty.
Yes, it's working.
What was that?
Can you hear me?
Was it Jack Kevorkian?
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Oh. It doesn't have...
Tell me if you can... Chucky, tell me if you can hear this music. Can you hear this?
Yeah.
You hear it?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Is Monkey Pup?
I don't know.
Oh, the dead Kennedys.
This is wild.
It was a dead milkman?
Nah, somebody made this. Somebody on the internet.
That's not Bon Jovi.
What the F, bro?
The United States of America is healed.
No, I know what Bon Jovi sounds like. That is not him.
Nah, man. I like this one better. This one's the best one. You should watch this later. You'll like it.
COVID-19. I'm grown. I'm grown. I'm grown. I'm grown. COVID-19.
That's so hysterical.
This is great, right?
You fall on your face.
Wait till you see the video. Video's off the hook.
I can't believe you made this.
Great.
Holy cow.
I love that.
That is hysterical.
That is just great.
I go back to some of the old softwares, but that's some good mixing you got.
Good stuff, man.
Really good, man.
Well, Chucky, I'm going to have to get off the phone. I'm going to end the show in a few minutes. I have to get to one more thing. Oh, I was good seeing you the other day, bro. It was fun.
You said COVID-19?
Yeah, we had fun. Just grounding. I just went in your front lawn and grounded with you for like 5 minutes, and I was like, oh, life is a lot better just after grounding with Chucky. It really was.
I'm glad.
Yeah, need more of that.
You need to wiggle them in the dirt. Wiggle them in the dirt helps a lot. Headaches, migraines, connect with that gravity, the force.
That's why we need leaves. We need raw leaves so we can juice them and eat them raw. Because patients need access to raw leaves. Right now,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, what the hell are we supposed to do without that? That's helpful. CBD, it's a lot of stuff.
I shouldn't have to risk my life with COVID for a plant that could grow in my house. Not this year, not next year, not every year. Patients should be patients, and government should back off.
Anthony says, "Wiggle in the digloo."
Yes, and the dirt.
The dirt igloo.
The dirt glue.
The dirt igloo. Chucky calls it digloo. It's brilliant.
Well, my dog already started digging it, so since it's already got the shape of it, I'm just going to finish it off probably this spring. And by 4th of July, I might be living in there.
You going underground,
I
huh?
left this light on in here.
You're literally going underground.
You know, I'm going in the garage.
No, Chucky, I said grounding, not undergrounding.
Ooh, that's a big cricket.
It just
Camelback.
Did it come out or going in? Is it going in or coming out?
I don't know. I just stepped on him.
Oh. Don't waste a good
It was
cannabis.
in my path.
Don't waste a good decarboxylated cannabis cricket. Oh, I just dropped that.
It was a straight up camelback. It wasn't even the kind that chirped.
Camelback cricket.
Camelback cricket.
I didn't know there was different types of crickets, but
They're much bigger.
Oh.
A camelback is a type, if you see it, you might think it's a giant spider. Really, it's a giant cricket.
Are they cute?
I've seen people run from them for their lives.
I bet they're cute.
I have seen people run.
I like bugs. I like spiders.
Google camelback cricket and check it out.
And I don't mean
Compared
eating them.
to your standard feeder cricket.
Chucky, do you eat spiders?
It's a big difference.
Do you eat spiders?
It's protein, 100%.
Would you eat a spider? Really?
Yeah, if it's not poisonous, it's not going to bite me on my lip.
Oh. Oh, really?
You know how many flies they eat?
Yeah, I would leave the spiders alone.
I like the flies,
Eat
bro.
the flies. Eat the maggots.
They kill the flies. I like the flies.
Go eat some maggoty meat out of a garbage can. See how that goes for you. You ever do that? You ever eat
A lot of that.
You ever eat that maggoty meat?
If you go
It's a delicatessen.
north of the creek
Delicacy.
in the Berg, you'll see they just flow right down the creek at low tide, nothing but worms.
Did you see the guy making
Maggots, worms.
There's a guy made a video. He took a stick, and it was like a stick that made noise, like a boop, 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 and all these worms came crawling towards him. What the hell was that? I didn't know they had that.
Yeah, I know.
That's cool. All the worms
That
are...
caused the ground.
Yeah.
That caused the night crawler.
They all came running towards the noise. It was like some kind of weird, like, on wood, and it was like weird. It was probably fake.
It is real.
It's real? Okay.
You want to see something even better? Google the sound of a Dungeness crab.
Wait, hold on. All right.
Dungeness crabs communicate underwater. And they're giant. One of them's like 30 pounds. Biggest crab, it'll feed your whole family. One crab.
Where would I find this?
I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it proper. I call it a Dungeness crab, but it might be Dungeness. Dungeness or Dungeness. They sell them in Chinese food places all the time.
All right. How about I just Google
Dungeness crab.
underwater sounds?
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh boy.
Dungeness crabs communicating. It's like a chirp.
All right. I'm just gonna. I wish I would have set this up ahead of time, but all right. Let's see if he's got some stuff here.
Let me walk around a little. Maybe I can fart for you.
He's just playing music. This
You
guy's
didn't
just
find a
playing
Dungeness crab fart? I mean, communicate.
Nah, he's not playing any. No, nope. No, they're playing music. So no, I want to hear this. How would I Google that? The underwater sound of a Dungeness crab.
Yeah, I'll find a way.
Crab diving.
Maybe
footage.
one of them underwater shows, Planet Earth, or not Planet Earth because it's underwater. It's more like Jacques Cousteau.
Hold on.
That almost sounds like one. Are you blowing on something?
Hold
that
on.
whistling sound?
I got something here. Let's see.
I'm going to find a way to get it to you.
Oh, my God. No. None of this is any good.
I think that's a band called Dungeness Crabs.
No. And now you got me looking at all kinds of crazy stuff. No, I can't do this now. Yeah.
It's
Jeez.
not a sexual disease.
Yeah, no, that's not going to work.
That's a different type of crab.
Google big fucking crab. If you guys can find me the link of some crabs having sex or something, send it to me.
I'm going to get you the link of them talking tonight.
I need the
like
audio.
In 20 minutes. I got to go in my house.
Yeah, find the audio. We'll play it next week. And we'll put you in a
definitely
raffle.
will.
We can put you in a raffle for a magical butter machine.
It's hysterical. The sound, you would never imagine crabs using such a sound underwater, but I believe it's because that type of sound travels really far underwater. So, like, they could talk to a crab that's 4 miles away. Their brother or mother or whatever. I think they can communicate because they come from such a giant deep sea area of the Pacific that they have no other choice to have this sound underwater that travels for like 200 miles.
This is whale sex sounds. I don't know what this is. I don't know what that is. That can't be real. You got me looking up all kinds of weird stuff here, Chucky. Chucky? 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 Did you lose me? I think he's gone. Chucky? He's there. No, he's still there. What is he doing? What are you doing, man?
Yeah, dude, that was really impressive.
He just walks away again. He walked away again. Oh, man. Well, Chucky, I got to go, bro. I got to go. Anyway, Chucky, I got to go. I want to say goodbye.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I got to go. I just want to say goodbye.
Oh, dude, goodbye, man.
Yeah, I gotta move.
I think it's ciao in Italian. God bless the people over there.
Yeah,
but, I'll talk to you tomorrow, man. I'm gonna find you the sound.
Yeah,
she said it was on Instagram.
Okay.
So I'm gonna add the word Instagram to it. To Dungeness crab sound.
What other?
I'll find a way to track it down.
What other kind of animals can you find?
It's
Okay. Now, Honeybee had her podcast, and it was absolutely a train wreck, being nice. And as her producer, it was just very, oh my God, I was very upset. Not one thing we asked her to do, she followed. I was like, wow. All right. I told her I was going to give her some shit tonight. All right. Let's see.
I don't know if I should say hello.
Well, let me just.
I already heard you. You want to fight?
I thought you did a good job at the end. I thought you fixed it, but after 2 hours of not fixing it,
I was trying the whole time.
I'm trying to be helpful as your producer. I'm trying to help you, and if you don't listen to me,
Okay, then be nice.
I am being nice. I'm trying to help you.
I think you had dead air on your show today.
I had what?
You had technical difficulties.
Yes, but look what I did, though. I found them, and I fixed them immediately.
But they keep on happening over and over.
What, with the phones?
Yeah.
But see,
For how many years now?
But I have a workaround for that. See, I just put a microphone, and I fixed that. It's a fix.
How long is it going to take you to fix it?
I spent $250 on this machine that doesn't work all the time. It works half of the time. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't work. If you've been following this show for years, you know that it works sometimes and then it doesn't work. And I beg it to work sometimes. I just beg. You're not even that far yet. You're not even to that point yet. You're just to the point where you need to just please listen to what we're telling you. And if we say you're going to be on Facebook, we're waiting for you on Facebook. We're all on Facebook waiting to help you for 20 minutes. And then all of a sudden, 20 minutes later, like, oh, she's on YouTube. Like, why is she on YouTube? So for those 20 minutes, you had a call with, I forget, it was Warren. I couldn't hear him at all. Couldn't hear him. I'll show you what I mean. I have it over here somewhere.
I already know. I'm sure everyone else knows too.
No, they don't know.
Now they know again.
I want you to know what I have to go through. I was stressed. I was so stressed.
Did you die?
I was a mess. Oh, this is.
Did you die?
Almost.
Well, you didn't, so there. Great.
Oh, hold on. Chucky's up there. Chucky, get down.
I don't even think it's going to work. How come we have dead air?
Because you're on the show.
Oh, that's true. You know, all things considering.
Hi. So this is just a test, and we're not even going to advertise this at all. So I think it's going to work. Yeah, I like that. Okay, bye. Okay, bye.
Hey, it looks cool, didn't it, though?
Yeah, you got a good look there. But I got to tell you, good audio is more important than good video.
Look what Tony said. Honeybee's 420 train wreck show. Oh, yeah, look, I look badass.
I'm just going to go off Yahoo. Oh, wow. Maybe I should. It was a graceful exit onto the ground. Fast. You know who keeps on calling me? Lefty just called.
Yeah, Lefty,
you're supposed to know that I'm on the air.
I'm sure you're going to either laugh at me or with me.
So,
this is the laugh at me moment.
Let's see what happens.
Look at my face.
Okay. Oh, let's see. It says, "Where are you?" I'm right here.
I'm an alien.
We're on Facebook.
I was talking to the alien
We're on Facebook, waiting for you on Facebook. All your producers, all your support is on Facebook.
Let's see what he says.
Look at that. It's great. Look at that shirt behind
I'm not online. Oh my God.
This is what I'm
online.
I'm pulling my hair out at this point.
YouTube.
Hey, this would be good for bloopers.
I am doing that, and you're live on the air. Thank you.
Beautiful train wreck.
And you can't even hear me on the air. Look, I'm on the air with her.
Oh my!
Well, no one wanted to listen
Surprise! Change
Look.
plan.
How come you can't hear me? What? Why is it so hard? Oh my.
because I muted you.
Mm-hmm. Well, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you do a lot of things? I don't know.
This is what not to do. I guess.
Guadaljalarians.
Guadalajarians.
I. St- we are trying to get
Look,
some
I can't hear.
sound
I can't hear
done.
Jose. Jose.
Oh, I hear something.
Horrible.
What is that? I couldn't
Okay.
even hear that. What is that? Are you
Guadaljalarians.
serious? This is awful. This
I
is real terrible.
Terrific.
This is what not to do.
Here.
So,
But maybe if I took
let's
some
see.
clothes off.
Hello?
No, I'm just kidding.
What's what noise?
What's what noise?
You know what? My face is right in the microphone.
Oh my God. This is great. This should have been your test on Friday that you didn't come to.
Grandma's on the phone. Okay, I'll be.
We did a
Hold on.
Oh, this whole phone call.
Miss 420.
We
so
could not
puff,
hear.
Puff, puff.
We could not even hear.
I'll call you back.
Oh my God.
Bye.
We could not hear any of this phone call. Here, I'll show you. Listen. Did you even listen to this?
Oh, nice.
All you hear is
I've been
here's
there
your
a couple
show.
times. It's really nice there. I really like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I grew up
You
in
know why
Utah,
I
so
didn't
it's
listen
very
to it?
similar.
Because I knew you'd give me a full report.
I'll be right over.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Watch it.
That's cool. No.
I think I hear someone.
You can barely
Oh,
hear her.
jeez. This is
Barely.
why we need home grow in everywhere.
Yes, you can kind of hear her a little bit there, but not. Yeah,
Right.
it's.
Right.
Yeah. All right, you
At
can
least
hear
I
her a
have
little bit.
something to work with.
Mhm.
All right, you kind of hear a little bit, but that's we should have fixed this. This all should have been fixed. All right, it's
I sure do. Thanks for calling. I really appreciate you calling in. Lefty's, he said you need to talk to this
see how
lady.
loud this is. Yeah, I have you so loud so I
And-
can hear everything.
And
done
so
yet?
here we are talking.
No.
And
Are you done?
No, I want to.
that.
Done
Thank
being
you.
mad at me? Or are you gonna block me now?
I'm going to try Facebook as well. So we're going to see how that works out right here.
Here we go. We'll try
I
Facebook.
I can multitask.
I've been saying for 2
really.
hours, go to
I can
Facebook, and here she goes. After
multitask
2
as well.
hours.
So
After 2 hours.
I'm going to try this
Finally.
over here.
And then you go to
Go
Facebook on your
live
laptop with another phone.
and see where that takes me.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know what you're doing.
Since I can't hear.
Maybe. Well, you know what?
Hey, Arthur.
I don't know what
couldn't
I'm
hear
doing
that phone call very well. Can you come over here? Where am I going? What am I doing? Hey, Jose, are you over there? Could you pick up that microphone and say hi?
Oh, this is.
Because, what up?
This is where I want a
Feet, 6 feet, 6 feet. You should have got it like a 6 foot long joint.
All right.
Oh.
Where's the Facebook one?
Are you done now? Are you done now?
Where's your Facebook one?
How about now? Are you done?
Where's the Facebook one? This must be it.
Sorry, Tony.
Let's see.
Hey. Apparently, Lefty does
So-
that too.
All right, we'll leave you alone. Just listen to your producer from now on, please.
Oh, look, there's Jose. Listen to your producer.
Yeah, it was very hurtful. Here, I'll show you. Here.
Who is that? Well,
I have a nice picture.
I have to let you know that Eddie Lepp was nominated the top 100 coolest cannabis activists,
I saw that.
promoters
Yes.
on 420.
That's great. Eddie Lepp, he's the man.
He was on that list for Cheech and Chong. And Madeline Martinez on that list. Why do you have dead air? What are
Sorry,
you doing?
I'm getting messages coming in. You're the host now. Host the show. Go ahead.
Who are you getting messages from?
It was a private message. Sorry. It wasn't-
Private message on a podcast. That's really professional.
Yeah, that's not good. People should just
No, it's not.
just text me on here, man. Because it just takes away from the show because I have to look at stuff.
Oh, I like my picture. That's a nice one. I guess you're not that mad at me anymore. I'm sorry.
So you're
You
gonna
forgive me yet?
Are you gonna be back on YouTube?
Yeah, and then I'll sign up for Facebook.
Well, you need to practice first.
just
You
kidding.
can't do these live and have everyone watch your train wreck and just it's not good.
Okay, well, that will be my last trainer.
You got to practice once, just once. Get all the kinks out.
I know. But you know what? I got it all set up now. So I went from my last podcast, my apartment, to this last podcast, my new house. So now it's all set up and doesn't have to be moved.
One thing I learned in school is that it's better to have good audio than good video. You can have bad video and good audio and it still works because it could just be like artsy look. But if you have bad audio, oh, it's the worst. You can't really fix that. You had good video, except for when you're holding a phone up. When you go Facebook Live, you got to do Facebook Live on your phone and then add people to the call on your phone.
You can't do that.
You have a setting that's wrong. We have to look at that when we have our rehearsal, and we'll see your settings. Those are things that have to be checked ahead of time, not while you're doing a 420 show in front of millions and millions of people.
Well, you had a beautiful show with a horrible ending, and I had a horrible beginning and a
I had a horrible beginning too. My audio wasn't working, but I fixed it really quick. But it wasn't working.
because you're a professional.
Well, you got people there that are supposed to be doing this stuff for you, so you don't have to worry about that.
Well,
So
mine just took a little bit longer.
I have to work with Arthur. Me and Arthur have to be speaking while you're doing your thing. That's how we're going to do this. And we're going to make it good. Sativa Cross West. When are you going back on the air, Sativa Cross West?
Let me joke.
Huh?
Oh, I took a hit.
What?
Okay. I don't know. What should I go on?
If you do a weekly thing, people like to listen to you. You're good.
All right. Oh my God. I got a cough. I did go across to the dispensary. And I am smoking on, let's see, what else? Little 20%. SFC OG. At the Northwest Compassion Medical Center. I'm going to get a job over there. I passed my Oregon marijuana workers permit test, And so now hopefully I can work. There's a good background test. I haven't done anything bad, so I should
Ever.
no murder.
No mayhem.
Maybe a little, but I can't confirm or deny that on the air. None yet.
None yet.
I have a stupid echo on.
Let's see.
Oh,
You want me to do that commercial again? That was pretty funny before.
Yeah.
You see it? I fixed it.
Let me see.
Where was it? Oh, I lost. Here it is. This is funny. I hope you can hear it. You don't have to wait for me. You can talk while I'm doing this.
Well, I didn't know if I needed to.
I need a minute.
Why is it taking so long?
I'm horrible.
Well, I guess that's why I'm horrible.
My name is NJ Weedman, and normally I would say yes to legalization. But what the politicians in the state of New Jersey want you to do in November is vote yes to corporatization.
Vote yes.
Once you vote yes, they
Vote
will
yes.
write the bill to support corporations
Yes.
and exclude you and no homegrown.
Yes, they says vote yes 3 times.
Paid for
That's
by the
funny.
legalized marijuana party.
I hate you.
Isn't that great? He says vote yes 3 times. He says vote yes.
My name is NJ
Right?
Weedman, and normally I would say yes to legalization.
so much
But what the politicians in the state of New Jersey want you to do in November is vote yes to corporatization.
Vote yes.
And once you vote yes, they will write the bill to support corporations.
Yes, so it's vote yes, everybody. Vote yes, just like the weed man just said. Vote yes.
Paid
my
for
God,
by the legalized marijuana party.
Yes, it's just like the weed man says. Vote yes. You heard it for yourself there. Vote yes, everybody. Vote yes.
You're right.
He said it 3 times. Vote yes. Yay, weed man. Yay, weed man.
Oh my God!
That's great. He finally came around. I knew he'd come around.
Look at that truck.
I knew he'd come around. I love that truck. Isn't that cool? I love the weed man.
Have you seen it?
Yeah. He knows I'm messing with him. He can come on this show anytime and tell his story. Everything he says is the truth, except that the solution is the opposite of what everything he says up to the solution of it's. Come on, we need the constitutional right to grow cannabis here in New Jersey. That's key. The constitutional right, and we take it from there. That's big. That's huge. Yes, very huge. There may be more fights ahead, but it's a step that we have to take so we have more leverage in our fight. All right. Scandalous edit.
Okay, terrific.
Okay, terrific. I didn't really have to edit it. I just kind of played it. I like it.
You just kind of played it.
I just played it, and it just happened that way. I just played it.
Yeah, you just automatically changed the tone.
I didn't even do any editing. I just did some live stuff right there. It was great.
Oh.
It's a great video.
I wonder if he'll think the same thing. Should we ask him?
See here, I put up. Where's this? Yeah, this one. I like this one. Well, Bungholio's in there, but take Bungholio out. If you vote Cannabis 2020, you will have the constitutional right to cultivate cannabis in New Jersey. That's so important. We need that. Shoot. I keep screwing this thing up. All right, where's Bungholio? That's not Bungholio.
Where's Bungholio? What are you doing with Bungholio?
This is not Bungholio. We like him too, though.
He's supposed to write me a song.
Yeah, Bungholio. Are you going to write her a song? I haven't sang a song.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think you need one. You need like a theme song or something.
Well, you said I could use one of yours, but you won't do it. producer.
No, I haven't. I have to be inspired. Mikey has to come over and inspire me.
I study beautiful art. You should be inspired. I draw you flowers.
I'm trying to find a song here. Sorry for the dead air. I'm looking for something.
Yeah, dead air. Sorry for it.
You can talk. I don't know why. All of a sudden you're quiet. How come you're quiet all of a sudden? You're never quiet. Now you're being quiet.
Me? I'm not quiet.
You're always you're being quiet right now.
Well, you are being mean to me.
I am not. I told you I wasn't going to be mean. I was.
What if I was crying?
I was stressed and had anxiety.
But not that I am. But what if I was?
I'm trying to find a song.
I don't know.
So it's going to take me a minute.
I did like your guest.
The guest was amazing. Yeah.
Are you guys related?
He's running for president. And he trolls Chris Christie. Come on, man. I guess I should run for president someday because I like that guy. He's like my new hero.
You better start your own toothbrush company. That's great. I did enjoy your hat. Your Chuck hat?
I wore the Chuck hat as long as I could. It wasn't the Chucky hat, the Chucky Kwiatkowski hat. It's a Chucky Taylor hat.
You know what? You should probably go wash your hair.
Nah.
Oh, did you wash your hair before you put the shoe on?
Yeah.
Okay, you good then.
Let's see.
Get it.
Oh, remember this song? Can you hear this?
Wow, that's horrible.
Remember?
No.
What, you can't hear it? Do you
Sounds
hear?
really bad.
It does? Really?
It's like horrible audio. Jingle Bee Honeyberry. Hi, Kevin.
How's that? Is that better?
I don't know.
Really? That's
Sounds
hard.
really bad.
It's really? Oh, no.
Yeah, you're all bad.
40 below, I don't give a fuck. Got a doobie in my truck and I'm off to the ATC. It's pass to the left, take from the right. Come on, you fucking dummy, don't pass to the right. Get out of the sucker, you fuck the rotation again. You piss me off. You fucking jerk. Get on my nerves. Well, here comes Johnny with a ball in his hand. He's a one bad man. He's off to the ATC. It's pass to the left, take from the right. Come on, you fucking dummy, don't pass to the right. Get out of the circle. You knock the head off again. You piss me off. Fucking jerk. You get on my nerves. Bong, 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 bong. 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 Well, it's hot as hell. I don't give a shit. Got my doobie all lit and I'm off to the ATC. It's pass to the left, take from the right. Come on, you fucking dummy, don't pass to the right. Get out of the circle. You rip the joint in half. You piss me off. You fucking jerk. Get on my nerves. Well, here comes Billy with a blunt in his mouth. He's down from the south. He's down for the ATC. It's pass to the left, take from the right. Come on, you fucking dummy, don't pass to the right. Get out of the circle. You fuck the rotation up again. You piss me off. You fucking jerk. Get on my nerves. I had to get that out of my system. Sorry. I've been going crazy. I'm going crazy sitting home. I'm looking forward to this podcast for like a while. So I just want to get that out of my system. Now I'm good.
Well, do you want to have another podcast tomorrow?
You should do one tomorrow.
What's tomorrow, Friday?
Yeah, we should practice first.
Friday night, ladies' night. So you are my co-host. Because you're a lady.
What?
That's Tina.
Oh, okay, I'll be Leftina. I'll call in as Leftina.
Okay. Perfect.
I don't have a soundboard. Damn it. Hurtful. Watch how
Why
late.
don't you have one?
It's not working.
Okay, terrific.
There it is.
Sorry.
Sorry for your loss.
I would like to take this time to apologize. And?
I want to thank
What are you doing now?
CMMNJ. I want to thank sativacross.com, NewJerseyWeedman.com. Oh, shoot.
And?
For real?
What? What happened?
Hurtful.
Who did it?
What the hell?
What do you mean?
MagicalButter.com, UFCW Local 152, DavidVersusAutism.org, Medical-Freedom.com, TheFallingSickness.com, NewJerseyWeedman.com, New Jersey Grannies for Grass, JacksonStorms.com, Arlo Glass, OprahMachine.com, Pure Puff Vapor Supply. They changed their name, though. It's not Pure Puff. It's Pure Puff now.
Oh, it's not?
It's Pure.
What happened?
Hold on, I gotta fix it. It's Pure Puff. I gotta fix Pure Puff. It's Pure Puff. Pure Puff Lifestyle Shop. It's purepuff.com. Yeah, purepuff.com. There it is. So it's purepuff.com. Got that right now. Pure Puff.
Purepuff.com.
Yeah, I got to change that. They changed their name. They got a website. They're all online now. Very streamlined process. Very easy to order now. It's really cool. Good stuff.
Oh.
DragonflyHealthCenter.com. Sativa Cross West.
Thank you very much. So happy to be a part of this show. I'm going to get better. Don't worry. Well, you can worry, but don't worry too much.
Hold on. Let's merge these calls.
Why are we merging?
Hold on. I'm going to merge. Patrick Duff?
No, this is your governor.
Oh, hold on. Governor Murphy. Oh, this is great. Hold on. Honeybee, it's Governor Murphy on the phone. Listen to this. This is great. Hi, Governor Murphy. How are you, sir?
Good evening. It's been great. It's been a great day. My approval rating is up 30 points.
I feel so honored.
What was it before?
There is an echo. I can hear myself. It's almost like I'm listening to Tammy tell me to stop talking.
Is that better, Governor?
No.
How about now?
Can you hear me now? No, it's still vibrating in my ear. I'm going to call you right back. I think it's not the perps. Tammy is licking my butthole.
Do you want to make butthole art?
Do you make butthole art, Governor?
Excuse me?
Have you ever made butthole art? You take a picture of your butthole and you paint it.
And you send it to me.
Let me be clear. My butthole is exactly 1.5 inches tall and inch wide. We've measured it. It's perfect. Symmetrical. It's the Murph. It's the Murph, what they call the Murph pucker.
The Murph pucker?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep. In New Jersey, the state where I am the ruler, I when I fart, people smell it like it's a perfume. My aides, they make about $10,000 a month from the extra money from the pharmaceutical companies. When I tell people,
Oh, wow.
yeah, no, listen. This is great. I made this whole thing up. This is great. I said, listen, let's make sure we say that all the people dying in the old people's homes are all dying from COVID. Listen, hi. You fall off a balcony, I tested for COVID. It's negative. You're dead of COVID. I think my audience just left. They got too serious.
I'm trying to get a picture of you up here. I'm trying to get a picture of you without your big teeth sticking out, but I can't find one.
Listen. Well, let's talk about the fact that Tammy asked for an executive order that face masks will be required here on out for the rest of at least her life, so she didn't have to see my teeth and smell my breath.
Wow.
Hold on. Oh, I got a dry cough. Oh my God.
You have a dry cough, Governor? That's not good.
I got a little dry cough.
Are you okay, Governor?
Let me be clear. You got to get off the fucking lawn of the State House. Hey. I'm telling Weed Man, I'm coming over for some perps.
Why you hide from us, Governor? We are out in the State House every Thursday, and you just hide from us. Why do you not want to talk to sick people that are sick and dying outside your State House that need help from you? Why do you continue to ignore them?
Let me be clear, Lefty. I am the governor of all people of New Jersey that died from COVID, and all the others I don't care about. I'm going to announce a couple names. Fred Thomas died in a severe car accident, and we have him listed as a COVID death. He was tested, it was negative, but since the hospital receives extra funds, we give him a listing of COVID. You see how that works?
Yeah, they're skewing the stats, Governor.
Lefty, do you realize that reefer madness wasn't real?
Really? Okay.
Can I?
Okay.
Excuse me. Who's that? Who's the woman?
Honeybee's here.
I can't have her in this conversation. Tammy is very jealous.
Oh my.
Oh yes.
Okay, terrific.
You know what she said?
Sorry.
Phil.
Sorry for your luck, Governor.
Please. Don't show your teeth off. Wear the mask. Do you know why Tammy loves me?
Because you're hung?
Sure, you could tell me.
Are you hung like a pony? Like one of Vermin's ponies?
It's my, hey. It's my giant bank account.
Oh, your giant bank account.
What?
He has a huge account.
Hey. You know what's crazy? When I suckle my teeth, you see the curtains. You see the curtains move in the room.
You know your alphabet?
Why are you suckling?
I ate some chicken wings from a Chinese restaurant in New Jersey. And listen, New Jersey.
Are you speechless?
I apologize. I said marijuana would be legal within the first 100 days.
Yeah, what happened there?
Of my authoritarian rulerism. But hey.
Of your second term.
You elected me.
You meant your second
and
term.
you're fucked.
We thought you meant your
No,
first.
you're fucked.
We thought you meant first term. You meant second term. Oh, okay. We'll wait. We'll wait.
Oh,
for
no.
you.
Listen, let me be clear that my number one donor is pharmaceutical companies. And they think marijuana sucks. Home grow, no grow. No go.
No go.
Hi. Lefty? Lefty. I feel like I'm losing you, buddy.
I'm right here. I'm right here.
I had a little, listen, I've been having a little bear. Can I be honest with you?
I'm still looking for a picture with you without teeth, and I can't find one.
Lefty, my teeth are my thing, man. I don't understand why people don't understand why the governor of New Jersey doesn't deserve to have such beautiful teeth.
You know, George Washington had wooden teeth. They were very hurtful. And
No, they're not wooden. The funny thing is, just like I'm pulling people's constitutional rights right from their asses, George Washington, check this out, this is great. They pulled the teeth from live black people's head to make his dentures.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, hey. Camden, do you see my teeth? I need to find some just like this. Trent, hey. Wade man, you got some big, beautiful teeth. I'll see them. And you better stop driving that state trooper-looking vehicle. Hey.
People pull over when they see him. It's great. It's the greatest thing ever.
No, Lefty, this is Patrick, by the way. Do you know what I drive?
What?
I drive a cop car.
Oh, that's right. You do drive a cop car.
I had the cop car a long time ago. I don't have 420.
The governor drives a cop car?
I love my cop car.
Wow. Well, now Weed Man's got
Is
a
it
cop car.
car or cop
No,
car?
not cock car. Cop car.
Oh, I got a big cop car.
It's a huge car.
Actually, that's my fucking life. I'm 6'4", and I've got a size 14 shoe. That means I've got at least a 7-inch car.
What color is your car?
Like, hey, lady.
Betty, really?
Would you ever think about dating the governor?
Big Betty color.
That's right. My car's white. Oh my God, Lucky I missed you, dude.
Governor, do you ever think about putting a boot on your head like Vermin Supreme so people take you seriously?
Then he puts it on his foot.
I will make my final statement for the evening. This evening, I made a lot of different choices. I said, listen, I'm not going to let you knuckleheads. Hey, there's a press conference. Is that Penny?
Honey.
It's not Penny, you can't talk.
Honey.
All right. My final statement is this. I want to say I'm sorry to all the marijuana smokers. But as the governor of New Jersey and being Phil Murphy,
we're so thankful for you.
Listen, honey, I can grab an apple and one bite, half of it's gone. I've taken one slice of pizza, and all that's left was the crust.
Have you ever left a tooth in an apple?
Listen, I've wrapped a burrito with a full slice of pizza. And with these choppers, I was able to leave a crust.
Is that your final answer?
No. For dessert.
Damn it, Jim.
Let me be clear. For dessert, I took an entire pineapple upside down cake.
Oh, God.
And I picked off Tammy Murphy's ass.
Oh.
You're going to put a pineapple in your ass?
Tammy's ass. Oh, will it fit?
Pineapple
the first lady of New Jersey.
That's terrible, Governor. I don't want to hear about this. It's disgusting.
Hi.
That sounds like abuse.
What's wrong with you, Governor? You've been drinking?
Yeah. I made alcohol mandatory. It's essential.
It's essential.
Along with marijuana.
No, you made
you know that, right?
You made dispensaries essential, not cannabis. You just made dispensaries essential.
No, you see, let me be clear. My friends own that place.
Yeah, we know.
Sounds questionable to me.
Listen, I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to get you in on the inside loop, and we will end this little podcast crap. Get off my lawn. Once the cerveza virus has left us, the cerveza virus.
Cerveza?
It's not cerveza. Oh, sorry.
Ceviche. Something like that.
Did you say cerveza?
Cerveza virus.
That's
yes,
it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I have a couple of people working in my house from Guatemala. They are, well, we consider them slaves, but they work the yard. One had a child, looked just like me with teeth like me. I made sure I had him deported. Can you imagine such a crazy a news story about this little tiny Guatemalan who looks like the governor of New Jersey?
Guatemalarian.
He was a threat. I had to take him out.
Are you sure that you got that on the record?
No, he works at a factory in Mexico.
Oh, already?
Yeah. Listen, he's 7. He needs to get to work. We're going to be sending him a gift package.
Quarantine for many days in a row.
Child labor in New Jersey is going to be, let me be clear, the new thing. Actually, let me be clear. No labor is going to be the new thing. We want you to be a socialist bunch of lazy turd fucks.
Wow, what?
What? Hey, would you take $1,200 a month to just shove your thumb in your ass?
I hear that you're gay if you do that.
Yeah, some people might say you've crossed the line there.
Yeah, some people will say you're gay.
Listen, let me be clear. You want to talk about a stimulus? Shove your thumb in your ass.
Oh. Is that the determining point? So what happens when I do it?
How many knuckles?
Your thumb really only has one knuckle, but if you get to the second knuckle, at least you can tickle the colon.
Does it mean it's no longer the tip if it goes to second knuckle?
I'll talk about this in my book.
Oh, you meant chapter?
There's a whole chapter on knuckles.
One knuckle?
It's chapter 4. It's called Making It in Politics.
After 4 is a fucking fifth.
When I first ran for the governor of New Jersey, people told me I should not talk to a man named George Norcross. And he wound up sticking, I couldn't believe it, his entire wrist up my ass.
Do you approve that message?
And, no, listen. We're not talking about 1 knuckle, 2 knuckle, 3 knuckle, 4. We're talking about up to the wrist. 5 fingers in a hand.
I'm not gay anymore. I'm not gay anymore. I'm not gay anymore.
George Norcross, it controls my mouth right now.
The end.
Because it fucking hurts after that. You might die.
I really would like to finish my last statement. I was interrupted so rudely by the girl from New Jersey.
Yeah, stop interrupting the governor. Let him do his statement.
I'm almost done.
His teeth are on loan right now. He only has a few more hours on those teeth.
You couldn't loan these babies out. Okay, for the final, I just want to tell you about what happened in the bathroom just about 22 minutes ago.
Wow.
For real. As I walked into the bathroom, I had known that I had just bought the second known copy of the Bill of Rights. It was sitting next to the toilet. I said, hey, I gotta take a shit. So I made sure at the end of the shit, I picked up that beautiful second copy of the Bill of Rights, the one that everybody talks about. It was made out of hemp, by the way. Little rough on my ass. I wipe my ass with it.
Ew. You wiped your ass with paper and ink. You know what ink
No,
does to your...
I
Ink's not good for your
You
bubble.
really said that,
I wiped it with a Bill of Rights. And I took the Bill of Rights and I flushed it down the toilet.
Did your finger break through the paper?
It doesn't matter because he washes his hands before.
Let me be clear that your First Amendment was on my butthole.
Please call to me your whole picture, Jimmy.
Listen, let me be clear also that as I swiped, I got 2 and 3 too. I folded, wrapped, ripped number 4 through 7 right across the butt, and then finished up.
What picture is that?
With a tucked wrap of the rest of your amendments. And wiped my ass and balls with them. And flushed them completely down at the toilet.
That's disgusting.
And there she goes.
There it goes, down the toilet.
And what the fuck is that picture of?
That's a good picture of you.
No.
Keep with the theme.
So did our governor leave the hall?
Did the governor jump off? Yeah, he jumped off. It was a flush that got him off. That's good stuff.
I love when the governor calls in.
Funny. Yeah, I didn't know he was into buttholes so much.
Yeah, see, the governor won't willingly come on the show, so we make him come on the show. Now we have the governor on our show whenever we want. There, sorry.
They called to be on the show.
He's been
don't even
hiding
have
from
to
us.
call him.
We had to go actually fight to get him to meet with us. So hard to meet the governor.
It is.
So now
But when you're as cool as you are, they just want to call and talk to you.
now he calls in. Thank you, Governor. Thanks for calling in. That was great.
That's helpful.
Okay, where were
Oh
we?
my.
We were at the list.
Achieve Across West
Yeah.
with my podcast. And if you want to win a magical butter machine, click like share,
Click, like, share.
please. And then you will get entered to a raffle. No, not a raffle, a drawing for a magical butter machine. West Coast, though.
Here's a nice picture of you.
No, it's not.
That's a nice picture.
I like the other one better.
And here's Bungholio. We need Bungholio back too.
This is pretty funny, though. The first time I saw that, I was like, oh, no, he did it! Oh, my God. I walked in the room, I was like, oh. Tiki for my Bungholio.
Okay, so we'll start our list with Cheryl.
Okay.
And, well, you know what this list is all about. These are people that gave the ultimate price, and they're cannabis warriors, cannabis patients. Sabina Rose, Diane, Gracie, Cindy Mae, Marie, Jack, Joan, Randy, Polly, Bill, Chad, Jeremy, Colette, Matt, Troy, Russ, Roger, Jay, Ella, Hattie, Jackie, Anthony, Jake, Armando, Felicia, Lynn, Dan, Sean, Joyce, Lori, Frank, Brian, Flo, Carl, Thorne, Frank, Terry, Charlotte.
Horrible list. And that would be my turn, huh?
Yeah,
If I send the last name on the list. He passed away from epilepsy. And cannabis was the only thing that helped him. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Even though I'm a beautiful train wreck. I want to come back and get better. And then you won't be so mad. But what other crazy person is doing it besides you?
This list is hurtful and helpful.
Huh?
The list is helpful, hopeful, hurtful.
Mm-hmm.
So give 10% to someone
And I
who needs
also
it.
like to bring up, give 10%
Yeah.
tithing to someone in need. Because, especially during the coronavirus, even more people need help. All right. Hashtag vote cannabis 2020.
Hashtag let patients grow NewJersey.com.
Oh, that's a new one, huh?
That's Jim and Joanne.
Oh,
So we support them too.
that's a good one. And hashtag they shall grow. Oh, our governor needed a bong hit, he said. I didn't know. All right, so you start this. Oh,
They went with songs to the battle. They were young, straight of limb, true of eye, steady and aglow. They were staunch to the end against odds uncounted. They fell with their faces to the foe.
they shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. We will remember them.